Here at Intoxicated Reviews, we intellectually dissect the art of cinema, scene by scene. Here's some clips.
All he is, it's just a fucking big wooden doll full of cum, chasing kids around.
You look up guys who poop in a bag. Because I think that's where you'll find him. Because he is hurt.
It's probably just in your search history anyway, isn't it? A movie which, by the way, reviewed by my mother, the review was, "Thank God you were on early because we couldn't watch any more of that thing."
You got a wide berth here.
Well, this is a good scene. We're watching the infamous dildo scene.
You got trolled.
You were in,
I
too.
shut
You
the
were
fuck up.
in.
No, I didn't say shit. You got trolled. Corey
I thought you were
West just
stumbling
trolled
on
you.
real script.
They didn't even give him a script when he got the job. They gave him a bottle of Stoli and said, "Learn this."
Did you stumble on the joke?
Talk about this movie for fart's sake.
This is a... We can swear. This movie fucking blows.
So don't forget to subscribe to Intoxicated Reviews on all places you find podcasts. Except Spotify. We're working on it.
Do not take product if you are hypersensitive.
Oh, hey, Internet, and welcome back to the Intoxicated Podcast. This is your variety talk show drinking podcast, and I'm your host, Sarah. If you're new to Intoxicated, this is a podcast where I have my friends on, we have some drinks, and we talk about life. So how is everybody doing? I have been battling with so many different weird sicknesses over the last 2 weeks, and I'm still not even feeling 100%. I don't know what the fuck's going on, but everyone is depressed and sick right now. But regardless, I am so excited for this week's episode. This was recorded a little while ago with a new friend of mine and an absolutely hilarious and talented stand-up comedian, Travis Lindsay. I actually met Travis through Andrew Vaughn, who also had an amazing episode on Intoxicated. So when Travis agreed to come on the show, I knew it was going to be a good time. And oh my God. So we actually drank tequila for this episode, which is not a booze I have a lot of experience in. We actually did tequila shots and we drank tequila throughout the whole episode. So Travis feels special because, like I said, I don't drink tequila for anyone. This episode was a ton of fun. Travis and I actually have a shit ton of stuff in common. So a lot of the things we talked about were things like the fact that we are both terrible sleepers. We both have a serious problem with sleep. So that's a topic in today's episode. We talk about our restless minds that we cannot seem to turn off at night. And I actually really got to know Travis better, a little bit more about how he got started in comedy. We tell some drinking stories and so much more. This episode was amazing. We also recorded a bonus episode for Patreon right after we recorded this. So we were good and drunk for that one. And that one's absolutely hilarious. I'm actually going to do something that I've never done before and add in a little 1-minute clip from that episode, which will be available to $10 and up Patreons, hopefully over the weekend. So maybe Saturday or Sunday, I will upload that for any $10 and up Patreons. But for now, here's a taste of that episode with Travis.
What's his bio? Originally from PEI, also lived in Montreal, Calgary, and now Dartmouth. Life has its peaks and valleys, man. I get that. So I'm not totally uncultured. For instance, here's a haiku. He ends with a haiku. Avid bike rider, regular yoga practice. Doug is my bulldog. Actual beard length may vary.
Is he cute?
The bulldog is.
Without missing a beat. You didn't miss a beat.
If you're ever gonna pay for an episode of a podcast,
this is the one to pay for. No, this is fucking phenomenal. Also, it's because I think we're at height drunkenness.
Yeah.
So this is why it makes it
perfect.
Perfect. Yeah, it's a doozy, guys. So this one's a really good one to jump on board to pay for. Travis does not hold back, and it's amazing. So stay tuned for that. I just love the podcasts that turn into essentially just a hangout, because me and Travis we recorded the Patreon episode, and we literally stayed up and hung out until 3 or 4 in the morning watching weird fucked up stuff on YouTube, because that's that's how our minds operate. Both of us are obsessed with really fucked up dark stuff. So it was really, really cool to hang out with someone who's as weird as me. And we went down some YouTube rabbit holes, which was pretty funny. So it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed this episode, and you guys will too. Travis is a great guy and an awesome guest, and I do think I'm going to call my shot here and say that he is going places. So please do make sure to follow Travis on the social medias. So he is the Travis Lindsay on Instagram, and his handle on Twitter is at Trav_is_Lindsay. I will link below to all those places. Do make sure to follow him on social media, because that's where you can find out all the details about upcoming shows as they roll in, because that's show business, baby. Don't know what I really meant by that, but you know, I'm going to roll with it. There are some upcoming shows that I do know of for Travis. So that is October 20th in Cape Breton, and that is at Breton Brewing. And some very exciting stuff. He is actually recording his comedy album, The Kid Is All Right, on November 18th. And that is going to be at Sniggly Wiggly's here in Halifax. Details to come. So like I said, make sure to follow him on social media so you get them details. Tickets will become available for that. I know I'm sure as hell going to be there, and so should you. How cool would it be to be part of an audience for an album taping? I'm just saying. It would be pretty cool. And speaking of social media, of course, make sure you're following the podcast if you're not already, and that is on Instagram and Facebook at Intoxicated Podcast, and on Twitter at @in_toxicated. And yeah, make sure you're subscribed to the podcast on whatever app that you use for podcasts. Hit that subscribe button, and if you feel like it, rate and review that shit. Our Patreon page is patreon.com/intoxicated. Check that shit out, because there's a lot of cool stuff happening on Patreon. Lots of Tinder takeovers and something new that I'm going to be kind of doing in the future. Now, this is really interesting. I had a really shitty day last week, and I was feeling like super emotionally charged, and I came home and literally laid in bed and recorded an audio diary. So this is something totally new. It was by myself, no guests, no alcohol, just me talking into a mic and talking out my feelings. And let me tell you, that was one of the most personal and rawest things I've ever recorded. The first audio diary, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it free, so it's on the website. You can find it in a blog post on our website, that's intoxicatedpodcast.com, and it's on Patreon as well, so you can listen to the episode there and download it as well. It didn't go up on the regular Intoxicated feed, at least I didn't mean for it to. I think it might have been on there for a little bit, so some of you might have heard it on the regular feed, but my kind of intent was to make it kind of a special thing that wouldn't be too much of a downer. So what I am going to do is, going forward, I am going to make it a bonus episode on Patreon and do them every now and then. So whenever I'm feeling like I need to talk something out, I'm going to record some audio diaries. So that'll be a new Patreon feature. So definitely make sure to check out Patreon if you're enjoying the show and you want some more Intoxicated. And if you want to hear a grown 31-year-old woman cry on a mic, because who doesn't want to hear that, right? But anyways, guys, I'm going to shut the fuck up, because this is an amazing episode with Travis. It's a little bit of a long one. It's over 2 hours long. So grab a drink, grab a snack, and enjoy this episode with Travis Lindsay. So welcome back to the Intoxicated Podcast, everybody. Every time it's different. I don't know.
Yeah, you don't have a specific opening yet?
Every time, and it's funny because I do an intro anyway.
Yeah.
So, but I say welcome, like, back to, I don't know. I let people know what podcasts they're listening to, like, every point of the way.
Yeah.
I'm just fair. Like, just so you know, you're listening to Intoxicated. We're here with Travis Lindsay.
Yes.
Oh, my God. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
This is kind of your second time, because you did the live stream.
Yeah, I did live stream.
That it doesn't really count. Kind of counts.
Kind of counts.
I mean, you did talk for 3 hours.
3 hours,
with me,
yeah.
So I think it counts.
Yes.
But this is a traditional podcast that we got going on here. And the first ever, well, actually, one of the first tequila episodes.
Okay.
We've only done tequila on an episode 69, I think, where we had margaritas.
Okay.
But this is more straight up tequila.
More straight up.
This is going to be an experience.
Yeah.
So I asked you what you wanted to drink, and you said tequila.
Yeah.
Why the fuck?
Yeah, I honestly was like, I haven't tequila. It's been a boring weekend. I just got to kick it up a notch on a Sunday.
It's funny because I was expecting you to say some sort of beer.
Yeah.
Because I remember when I was talking to Andrew about like what y'all like to drink.
Yeah.
He was like, "Oh yeah, Travis just likes any beer."
Yeah. I like pretty much anything. I usually only drink beer if I'm around Andrew. There was a time when I would just show up with some tequila and drink it. But
Amazing. Do you have any fond memory? Like, what was your first tequila experience?
oh, horrible.
Yeah, is anyone's good?
No. It was a house party in Dartmouth, and I'm gonna say maybe just after high school.
Okay.
And I can remember it just being fire in my throat and being like, this is fucking horrendous, but I want to do more. And fast forward.
Tequila. What's that phrase? It's like tequila kills you or tequila.
Tequila.
Yeah, there it is. I was never big into it. Like, my friends would do shots at bars and stuff.
Yeah.
And not a fan. But I like the mix. So we did make a mixed drink with the tequila.
Yes, we do got our
And it is
tequila
actually
sunrise.
really pretty.
It is. It's
It
very
looks
nice.
like a little sunset.
It's very refreshing.
Because when you said tequila, I was like, I'm not doing shots
Yeah.
the whole time. We got to make some sort of mixed drink to drink all the way through. So this is orange juice, grenadine, and tequila. And it's delightful.
It is.
I remember drinking these down south when I went to Mexico.
Oh, okay.
Like, throughout the day.
Just
Like it was just juice.
Yeah.
But there's tequila in it. Have you ever done an all-inclusive trip?
No, I've never. I've only been out of the country twice.
Where'd you go?
Maine and Disney World.
I was gonna ask you. Okay, we'll get into the Disney thing
Yeah.
in a minute here, but first we gotta do this tequila shot because
Yes.
Travis wanted to start off with a tequila shot
Yeah.
and end with a tequila
Could have
shot.
bookended.
This is gonna be interesting, so
Absolutely.
I'm terrified. But I'm gonna try. I'm gonna make myself kind of a 3/4 shot.
Yeah.
Because my issue with shots is that I never get the whole shot down.
Yeah.
Bring on the swallowing jokes. Bring them on. It's 100% correct. I hate shots and I hate swallowing. So there you go. Okay.
There's nothing worse than like having a little extra in your shot glass and you're like, I gotta finish this, and that for some reason that's where all the awfulness goes. Is that last little part?
Try to discard it before anyone sees.
Smart.
Like, I'll just try to throw it out
Yeah.
before anyone sees that I didn't do the whole
Yeah.
shot. So I'm gonna be a wuss and do a chase. There's a lemon.
Cool.
So are you gonna use the lemon?
Oh yeah, definitely gonna.
Okay. So I put the salt here, right?
Yeah,
How do I
salt
do
there.
this? Do I lick my hand first?
Maybe
And
yeah,
then put salt on?
it'll stick a little more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
yeah.
I know some people who just don't use anything,
Yeah.
and I don't know how they do that.
They're boring people.
Or they're just really good at drinking tequila.
Yeah.
I'm so scared. Okay.
All right, I'm gonna grab it.
So lick, shoot. I gotta hold the lemon in this hand so that I'm ready for it.
Yeah. Okay. 1, 2, 3. That wasn't too bad.
I definitely didn't get all of mine.
I don't think you got any of yours.
No, I definitely got some. I gotta say, 70, I don't know what episode you'll be. You'll be 79, I think.
Cool.
Almost 80 episodes in, first time ever doing shots. Should I try to do the rest?
Yeah, of course.
I feel like that initial one
Yeah.
was just like me getting primed.
Yeah, that was an opener.
Here we go. Okay, let's try again. Okay, lick, lemon. I didn't even use the chase.
Yeah, see?
So the lemon really helps.
Yeah.
Okay, here I go. Here I go again. What's going on? I suck at this. Okay, I'm done. Ding ding. That's the best I could do, drop. You know
Fair.
what,
That's
though?
all right.
Next time will be better.
Yeah.
That wasn't as bad as I thought.
No, not at all.
So the issue with shots is with me is that I hold it in my mouth for too long.
Mm-hmm.
So I really just got to put her back,
Yeah, you really gotta
get her,
just throw it in you.
get her in. Are there any other shots you like to do as someone who drinks anything?
Like to do? No. I don't like to do any shots. I just will.
You just will.
Yeah.
It just
I
ups
will.
the ante.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially when you do comedy.
Yeah.
That's usually what guys want to buy afterwards. Like, oh, let's all do shots. And I'm like, yeah, okay. And it's usually like Jameson or something, which is like,
The worst.
yeah.
The fucking worst.
And everyone's like, oh, it's so smooth. And it's not.
The first shot of Jameson I ever did was in Montreal.
Okay.
And I went to this bar and I was told to get a Guinness and then do a shot of Jameson. It was like a tradition at a certain
Yeah,
bar.
yeah.
And I managed it.
Yeah.
I suffer through them, as you can see. And my friend sitting across from me, like I just had that moment of like right after I took it,
Yeah.
she thought I was going to throw up on the table. It was disgusting.
I've seen people power puke at just projectile before. A couple years ago, Barely's was sitting at a table, and this girl she was visiting our friend from Australia, and we were just all hanging and drinking, and she just went a little too hard. And out of nowhere, we just saw it, like, we looked at her, and it just shot out. And I was like, and here's, as drunk as I was, I'm so proud of my reflexes to the point where I'm like, was I bit by a spider at some age? Because I literally just grabbed my beer and I pulled it out just in time. Yeah.
That's so quick.
Save the beer.
Oh my
I was
God.
drunk enough to keep drinking it.
Do you get sick when you drink?
No.
Puker?
I have, I mean, obviously everyone has, but no, I'm pretty good. I think so.
Yeah. So during the live stream, I puked twice.
Oh, wow.
So after you guys left.
Yeah. Well, you hung in there.
Well, we drank quite a bit during
Yeah.
the segment. But I puked right before Dan came because I was like, I'm feeling sick. And if I have to do a date feeling nauseous, and I remember I just was like, Vern and Danielle and Harper, you guys take over. And I just went in my room and I just let it out. I was just like, get it out of me because I feel sick. And I know I'm just going to feel sick all night if I don't just get this out. And then I puked after everybody left too.
That's fair. It's totally under. It's 12 hours.
12 hours of drinking, people, with a little break in between. But normally we do a friendship origin as well. So we're drinking tequila. Mm-hmm. The friendship origin is essentially I just Instagram stalked you guys and forced you guys to hang out with me. Really, that's really the story. Really, like we met the first time we met was on a live stream.
Yeah,
and then I did come to a show of your guys's.
Yes,
Mega Comedy Mondays.
5-year anniversary. Yeah,
that was awesome.
Yeah, turned out to be a lot more fun than I thought it was going to be. Yeah. I can say that about any show, but yeah.
Hopefully Andrew isn't offended by
that.
that.
Oh God, no. At this point, there's nothing I can say to him that will.
That's very true.
Other than I'm not your friend anymore. That probably the one thing.
That would be the thing
that would crush him. You wouldn't see him for a while.
I feel like with Andrew and I becoming like new friends, like he's trying to figure out what will offend me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, keep trying, dude. Like, you can keep trying as long as you want.
Yeah, yeah. It's usually the goal, I think, for any like comic. It's like, how far can we
push this?
Yeah.
And then you can know if you can roll with somebody or not.
Yeah, definitely.
But you are a stand-up comedian here in Halifax.
I am. Yes.
You are part of the Boys Club podcast as well.
Yes, yeah.
One of the three hosts. One of the two more consistent hosts.
Yeah, I'm there. I'm there pretty much. I've missed one episode.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Do you like doing the podcast?
Yeah, I do. It's just a chance to rant. And
that's exactly it.
It's me getting out all my internet comments that I refuse to post online.
Oh my God.
Very rarely do I get into actual, like that one that we just got into. I don't do that often. I hate internet comments.
I do too.
I think like if you ever get into an argument on like a CNN comment page thing, you shouldn't be able to vote anymore. I don't care what side you're on. You lost. You're arguing with stupid people.
Amen. Amen.
Yeah.
Just to give a brief, we're just going to go over that briefly.
Yeah.
Because tune into the Boys Club podcast because I'm sure they're going to talk with us in length. Yeah. Essentially, someone was being an asshole at a comedy show. Yeah. Like a really well-known comedy show every Wednesday at Burley's. Talking through the set.
Yeah. Being noisy, being loud.
Being an asshole.
And
it was a woman.
Yeah, it was.
I feel like I need to clarify that because when I say asshole, people might think I mean guy.
It's a dude.
But no, she was being an asshole. And then had the nerve to post a picture about it.
Yeah. I've never seen any. You just bragged about being a piece of garbage at and you admit you're a piece of garbage at the show pretty much.
My favorite thing was her hashtags though. Because she still hashtagged like comedy night out for some laughs. Yeah. Like, just like, well, but you were a bitch. And then you got up and left and went to the bar across the street.
Yeah.
And then posted about that. And then, so I remember seeing it because I saw Andrew's status and then I saw the actual picture. Because as soon as I saw the Instagram screen cap, I was like, obviously I'm going to go to her Instagram and look at what a piece of shit she is. Yeah. And I remember before anyone said anything, I was like, I want to say something. But I was like, I just don't know what to say because I wasn't there. Yeah. Obviously I'm on the comic side because anyone who does that is a dick. Yeah. I don't care who, like, oof. Why would you?
Yeah, it's just people
it's so rude.
Yeah. And like I said, people get noisy. It is a bar. You know, it's not set up like, you know, like a club or anything. It is a bar. People do just come there to drink or wait for karaoke or whatever.
Yes.
But, you know, it's just common courtesy.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like I
show.
said, people play pool and whatever, and that can be loud, but, like, that's fine. You're doing your own thing. You know, most people try to keep it down even when they're playing the pool. Mm-hmm. And then you just go there and you just cause a bunch of shit. And, like, for the entire bar to tell you to shut the fuck up.
Is that what happened?
Yeah, apparently the host, Catherine, got the entire bar to go, like, and to get an entire bar to do that, you must have been disrupting everyone else.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because there is a weird thing when it comes to, like, hecklers.
Yeah.
You almost have to make the entire room hate them.
Right.
Because then you can say whatever to them and they're still on your side. If someone's kind of being a douche and you even go just a little too hard on them, that can make the entire room pull back. So for an entire bar to be like, yo, shut the fuck up, is you had to be doing some stupid shit.
Oh my God. Just the fucking worst.
I really wish I was there.
Didn't Andrew go like on the tail end of it or something?
Yeah, I guess Andrew went after the show, and I guess he heard people talking about, like, the woman's like, I didn't want to heckle, but which is there's no but.
There's no but.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on people texting during a comedy show?
I once took a woman's phone and read it on stage, and her it was my birthday show at Toothy Moose, and she's no longer in a relationship.
What?
Yeah, she was texting about some other guy or something, and yeah, I think there's a little video somewhere on Instagram.
That's
of
hilarious.
it. And yeah, I took a knife, threw her phone back at her. I said, "Don't read your phone at my show."
Oh
It's got, like, I get some people got to check shit like real quick and like
maybe just a quick check.
whatever, and like I'm terrible.
Picture?
I'm terrible with my phone too. Yeah, picture is fine, whatever.
Don't do video.
But like literally like like I can catch you being like do for like 4 or 5 minutes. Then I'm gonna call you out.
Yeah, if you're just there to be on your phone, why are you there?
Yeah.
Go to a coffee shop.
Yeah.
Go home.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself.
Text all you want. Especially that last one. Yeah, I don't like confrontation, but I'm usually if I'm put on stage, I'll destroy your life. I'm very like non-confrontational off stage, and I hate conflict. But yeah, but for some reason, you're rude at a show.
You're out.
Yeah.
You're out.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that was fucking ridiculous. Yeah, her hashtags drove me crazy. And I remember just watching the comments come in.
Yeah.
And I was just like liking every single one that was like there was some champions for you guys in there. Like like that was the thing about it, and that was really cool about it. Like seeing everybody come together and team up on her.
Yeah, it's the one thing.
Which sounds mean, but like she deserved it.
Yeah, she's garbage. She's
piece of garbage.
It's, you know, I wish her nothing but the best. I guess she's going on a trip to Disney World. I hope she has to wait in line very long for everything.
I hope she goes on a ride and it breaks.
I really hope. I hope she does not have a magical time like I did.
What was your trip? Okay, when did you go to Disney?
Last year for my 25th birthday. My girlfriend took me.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd never been out of the country.
So it was your first time in the States?
It was my first time in the States. Yeah. We got to the hotel around like midnight, and I was like so wired just to be in the States. Like you would have thought I was like 4 years old. So I'm like, that's an American garbage can. Like I'm everything is fucking amazing to me. And she's like, I'm tired. I'm gonna wait here. I'm like, okay, I'll go get us, some snacks or something. And I left and I start walking. I was like exploring the strip of area that felt safe. And there's like the 7-Eleven and like the McDonald's, and I'm like, this is incredible. And I walked to a 7-Eleven and I'm buying booze from a convenience store.
Isn't that crazy?
It's ridiculous. And I mean, I've done that in Quebec, but like, this is American convenience store and a 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
Which I miss so much from Toronto. I just loaded up on booze, and then I went to like McDonald's and I bought like 20 nuggets for $5. And
insane.
like when I walked back in the hotel room, my girlfriend thought I had been like doing drugs. My eyes were that crazy. I'm like, this is the greatest place alive. Yeah, it was. Although I will say, when I did see a cop car pass, and I did get very nervous. Right, that instinct was still in me. I'm like, okay, no place is perfect.
And it is Florida.
So stand
and a lot
your
of crazy
ground.
stuff tends to happen there.
Yeah.
What was the actual Disney World experience?
It was
like
better
for
than
you?
I could imagine. I think everyone thought it was gonna, like, I'd get there someday and they'd be like, yeah, it was okay. It made it worse. Because I think it was more like my girlfriend's like, we got to get this out of his system. And I left there being like, next time we got to do this, and we're going to go this, and this is coming out in a couple of years. Like, it's...
Well, you got to go back.
Definitely.
You know, it would be fun to go with, like, a group of friends.
I think so, yeah. Now I got my... Like, I definitely wouldn't have wanted to go with friends my first time. Because, one, it would have just been me crying, and two, it would have been me being like, guys, take this serious. What do you watch your mouth, don't swear here. Like, this is
I don't know if it was Disney World or a different, because when I went, it was in grade 5.
okay.
And I have a distinct... Is the E.T. ride at Disney World?
No, that would have been
that's
Universal.
Because that's not fucking Disney. What am I talking? I'm a fucking... What the hell, Sarah?
That's okay.
Universal. Did you do any of the other places while you were there?
No, it was strictly
Just
Disney, which was perfect, this time around.
I mean, you
like, I
would've filled
definitely
your
want
day
to
with
go. Yeah. So it was just Disney this time. But I mean, since I've been there, so much stuff has opened up, like the Avatar stuff and the Toy Story Land. And
amazing.
like, I'm just... I don't know what it is that I'm addicted to this.
It's magical.
I guess it is. I guess I'm so cynical. I'm like, this is like the one thing where I'm like, okay, this is all good. Forget the whole capitalism and Walt's opinion of Jewish people, apparently.
Just take all that out.
I'm like, look
you
what
love the
this
movies,
is.
and then
I
you
love
went
the
to
movies.
the place.
And I went to the place, and it was
and the castle lights up at nighttime.
yeah. We got to see the last version of one of the fireworks shows before they introduced a new one. So that was really
People get
cool.
weird at Disney World too.
They do. I don't know if I want that.
I was just gonna say that I feel like that would be your wedding.
Yeah, like I don't know because if I did get married and then eventually got divorced, now that place is tainted
Then just
for
go
me.
get divorced at Disney World.
Yeah,
To all the couples who got married at Disney World, there should be
Yes.
another dark section of Disney
that'd be
World.
great. And they
for
got pins
divorcing.
too.
Really?
So yeah, they have like just married pins and first time pins and happy birthday pins, and so like a just divorced pin would be.
Just divorced.
That'd be
I mean,
real.
people have like divorce parties.
Yeah, that's
All these parties for people
so
in love.
weird.
I'm just like, where are the parties for all the single people?
those are just bars.
Fair enough.
That's bars, and they're usually very sad parties. They're not.
Every night is a single person party. But I have a distinct memory of Universal Studios because E.T., I loved E.T. as a kid.
Yeah.
And there was this E.T. ride. And as you're walking in, there's like a robot E.T. and there was somebody, like some worker there taking your name.
Okay.
Asking you to say your name.
Yeah.
And then you get on the bike and you do the whole ride, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
I'll never forget it. And then as you're leaving, there's a robot ET, and he points at you and is like, an ET voice will say your name.
Holy shit.
And it scared the fuck out of me.
Yeah, that would ruin. I loved E.T., but like, I was one of those kids where I was like, I love E.T., but like, if he walked in the room, I would have screamed my head off, like, been terrified. I can remember there used to be like an E.T. for some reason on our fridge at home. There used to be an E.T. on top of the fridge, and I can remember that thing like be like, he wants to kill me. I love you, E.T., but you want to kill me.
He's scary. I had a dream it's the same thing with me though. I was terrified and amazed at the same time because I had a dream as a young child that my mom. This is terrifying. That my mom morphed into him in front of my eyes.
Holy shit. That's why Mom was eating Reese's Pieces for breakfast every morning. I should have known. Had this weird thing for Drew Barrymore.
It scared the fuck out of me. But still to this day, like when I watch that movie, like, I don't know, it's just pure nostalgia.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Pure nostalgia.
It's amazing.
Yeah. And your favorite movie is Lion King, right?
Favorite movie is Lion King, hands down. Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It's the best one.
Yeah, everyone's entitled to their opinion, but if it's not Lion King, they're wrong. It's
What's your Lion King's number 1? What's
Yeah.
your top 5?
Ooh, that's hard. Top 5 Disney? Or
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Lion King's number 1. I'd say Beauty and the Beast is up there. Definitely Beauty and the Beast. Aladdin. I'm trying to think.
That's 3.
That's 3. I won't include any Pixar stuff. Oliver and Company. That's a dark horse.
really?
That would probably be like number 5. That's like the one that like kind of just sneaks in there. And Little Mermaid.
Yeah,
Like I
Mermaid's-
mean, I'm nothing too fancy. I mean,
those are the classics.
yeah, those are. Yeah, I don't think maybe it's just the soundtracks I like more than even the movies. I don't like. The more I think about it, I'm like, oh fuck, I love Mulan. Prince and the Frog, very underrated.
I feel like Mulan is a movie that a lot of dudes. I have this group of guy friends, and whenever they get drunk, they'll just start singing one of the songs from Mulan. I don't know.
Probably I'll make a man out of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I usually sing Reflection. That's my go-to.
Yeah, I would say Lion King is up there for me. Aladdin is definitely up there for me.
Yeah,
So is Little Mermaid.
yeah.
I saw Little Mermaid on Broadway when I went to New York,
Okay.
and that was bizarre because they kind of changed the storyline a bit, and I didn't. And they made it more feminist-y. Like Ariel's more of a badass,
Yeah.
and I was just like,
Yeah.
I appreciate what you're doing, but
Yeah.
I would have liked to just see it just be just like the movie.
Yeah. Everyone likes a little tradition. I don't care how open-minded you are. You start messing with anything sentimental, you're kind of like, come on now.
Right. And so you don't mind the idea of them making live action movies?
No,
out
they're
of these?
fucking fine.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
who cares? If you don't want to see it, don't see it.
Exactly.
It's your
Would you go see it though?
Absolutely.
Fuck yeah.
And then I'm justified to go, I didn't like this.
Hell yeah.
If-
Is Jungle Book Disney?
Yeah.
Did you see the Jungle Book
I
movie?
did see the live action one. Yeah.
Did you like it?
Yeah, it was fine.
I liked it a lot.
It was really good. I enjoyed it. Beauty and the Beast was fine to me.
Yeah.
I still don't think I've seen the Cinderella one fully.
I don't think I might have only seen the Disney Cinderella once.
Okay.
Like Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty are ones that I don't really remember. Even Snow White I don't really remember.
Yeah.
I feel like I started getting into them around Beauty and the Beast
Okay.
era because I think that was the first movie I ever saw in theaters. And then from there, funnily enough, I was like half tempted to dress up like Snow White for tonight. It because I have the costume.
Yeah.
And it almost happened, but I couldn't find the skirt. I had a yellow skirt that went with it.
Yeah.
And then I also was like, well, Sarah, that's all covered in cum anyway. So what are you doing? Like, don't put that on for Travis. I couldn't find the skirt. And I'm like, oh, maybe it's because I threw it out because it was covered in cum.
Yeah, that'll do it. That's
I was like, half tempted to do that. And then I was like, no, that might be weird.
that's
But I do have half a Snow White costume in my closet.
there you go. That's
Covered in cum.
that's
Can that be? That's the hashtag.
the hashtag.
Alrighty. One thing that I like about Boys Club is that you do that Church of Common Sense.
Yeah,
Thing?
that's I don't know where that came from.
I love it though.
Yeah, it's a simple philosophy. I don't think anyone should be committed to one political thing, either or.
Nope.
That's ridiculous.
Yep.
You become your own enemy that way.
That's very, very true.
If you're not willing to budge on opinions and sit down and talk to people, and you can disagree with a lot of shit, but hear someone out.
Right.
I don't know. Church of Common Sense.
I love it.
And everyone is welcome.
Everyone is welcome.
Everyone is welcome.
So let's do the Church of Things in Common.
Okay.
Because I feel like you and I have a lot of things in common.
Okay.
We both you're way up there with Disney.
Yeah,
I just
I'm
kind of
next
like
level.
it.
Yeah.
But one thing I think that came up in the stream, it's interesting talking to all of you guys separately and then hearing things overlap, was that, are you addicted to your phone?
I am now, and this is the reason I didn't want a fucking smartphone. I had a flip phone up until 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Like I would not convert to anything because I didn't want Wi-Fi. I just wanted, if you gotta text me, cool, text me.
But you didn't want to have access to the internet.
I didn't want to have access to it because I knew I'd be doing this and scrolling and keeping me up when I already have a shitty sleeping schedule.
We're gonna get to that.
So like, yeah, I'm addicted. I guess I'm addicted. There's this thing at shows. Dan will usually take a picture of me when I'm on my phone, and like it makes it look like I'm just sitting there the whole time on the show. Like it'll be like 5 seconds. I'll be like. Yeah. And then like he'll take out a picture and then it looks like
he catches you.
He catches me. Yeah.
In the brief moment that you're on it.
Yeah. I catch them doing shit too, but I'm waiting until I can actually blackmail them with something. I got a lot of dirt on a lot of motherfuckers.
I love it.
Yeah. So I'm more than any other fucking 26-year-old on their phone.
Okay, so we're both kind of. So I have an idea. Let's switch phones for the duration of this podcast.
Okay. Cool. Perfect.
So that we can kind of live in each other's notifications.
Cool.
You might see Tinder messages pop up in there. I don't really know. I have a couple people on my Snapchat saved as bad idea. So if you get a Snapchat from bad idea, it's probably a dick pic.
Cool. Solid.
It's funny. But the sleep thing was the other thing I wanted to talk about. So... got some insomnia there.
Yeah, I do.
When did that happen? Let's fucking get into it because I have so many sleep issues that I love talking about this shit because it's nice to feel not alone.
Definitely. I don't know. My voice cracked there. Definitely. Probably around high school time was when I used to just be someone who liked to stay up. Like, I remember being like 12, 13, and like, you know, like me and my buddies, like, would do like a sleepover thing and be like, stay up all night. Like, I don't know why that would fucking matter, but like, it's.
But that's what it was with sleepovers.
Let's fucking ruin our tomorrow. Like.
It's like drinking nowadays.
Yeah, that's all we get. Yeah.
It was staying up talking, drinking pop.
Yeah, it was, we'd like make pizza pockets and just go sit in my grandmother's car and and fuck with the newspaper guy. Like, it's such dumb things.
I love that.
And then it'd be like 4 in the morning, be like, let's just, we're not going to bed, but like, let's just go lay down, we'll talk. And then like 2 minutes later, someone's asleep.
I miss that. Would adult sleepovers be weird to have now, do you think?
Maybe if that's just the plan, if you're not drinking, I guess.
Yeah.
Then I guess I don't know. I
just love the idea of like a sleepover.
They're fun. They're I mean, they were. I don't know about now.
It's not a sleepover with Travis. It's just everybody else is sleeping and you're just
then I'm like up on my phone. It's brutal.
So did it just all of a sudden you just
it just started getting in my own head.
Oh, that's the big thing.
I'm someone who definitely gets in his own head. Like, I panic to myself and I worry and I stress out and I create arguments in my head. Like, I'm definitely a lunatic.
God,
but I'm a self-identified lunatic where I'm like, at least I know I'm crazy.
I think that makes you not a lunatic then.
Yeah, I think that's what makes me more
But
human.
if you're self-aware about it, is it anxiety?
I don't know what it is. I think it's definitely a little anxiety. I probably definitely have some type of depression.
Yeah, I think we all do.
Yeah,
we all have some sort of cocktail of anxiety, depression.
Yeah, I got a big party going on inside this head, and I'm just in the corner trying to figure it all out.
God, I relate so much though. Are you on your phone a lot before you go to bed?
Yeah.
So that could be.
But like, I'll like put it down, or like I'll put on like a podcast or something, and like I have to listen to something to go to sleep.
Yeah.
So usually, like if I'm at a friend's house or someone, I'll put in headphones and I'll do it to go to sleep. But like, I have to be like listening to something. I start like listening to like these stupid like sleep learning things for like anxiety, where it's like soft sounds and like just people in your head being like, you know, like you're okay. Do
you find it helps?
I think it does. It could be a placebo effect where I'm just like, this is totally
supposed to help, so it's helping.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So like I started listening to that stuff, but like, I've always had sleep. I can remember my drama teacher. I coached improv 2 years after high school, and I remember I was like, one of my things was like, I can never sleep. And then like one day she gave me like a book that like was for people that can't sleep, and it's like, when you can't sleep, just write down whatever's going on. And I started doing that.
Okay.
And now I'm getting to the point where I'm like, maybe that'll be a podcast.
Oh my
It's
God.
just, I can't sleep at 5 a.m.
Record it.
And
Record.
yeah, just record
You
my
should.
random thoughts. And
I love that idea.
I could definitely get in trouble. I know I'll say some stupid
No,
shit.
I relate to an extreme degree on this.
Yeah.
Because I'm also a shit sleeper.
Yeah.
And my mind, I just don't know how to turn it off.
Yeah.
I also have night terrors, which is a whole other dark area of the mind.
Yeah. Do you ever have sleep paralysis?
Yes.
That's the fucking.
Isn't that the fucking scariest thing?
I hate that.
Have you had it a lot?
Yeah. Yeah. That's one of the reasons I listen to stuff when I go to sleep, so more good stuff gets into my head than whatever. But I've woken up and been like, people walking towards. It's the worst.
Shit.
You ever seen the documentary on it? There's a Netflix.
Isn't it called Nightmare or Yeah, I think I know which one you're talking about.
I got through half of it. I had to turn it off because I was like, oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna have this tonight.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I couldn't finish it.
I went on a train last night that I should not have gone on because I started. I don't know how I got there. Don't know how I got to 9/11 videos, but I was watching 9/11 videos.
Oh, that's all I've been doing this for the last 2 weeks. It's just rewatching ones I've already watched. It's this time of year. It's like
we got a lot in common. Then.
It's like my Christmas shows this time of year. It's like 9/11 stuff. And
have you watched The Falling Man?
Oh yeah, I love The Falling Man. That's so interesting.
We just bonded over tragedy.
I know that's it. Isn't that the main goal of tragedy though? Is to bring people closer together?
But that's just I guess that's just how I am with stuff like whenever there's a big tragedy or something, I become obsessed. Yeah. To an extreme degree.
Yeah, I want to know everything. I want to know the people involved. I want to I try to find everything. Yeah.
About it, which I just find conspiracy theories interesting. It's not to say that I believe in them.
Yeah.
I just like learning about the different conspiracy theories about it.
I went through a rabbit hole of conspiracy stuff, so deep in, I started to be like, maybe this wasn't and then I just saw one news clip of someone running away and that real emotion came back and I'm like, yeah, these people are fucking lunatics.
Are you talking about the news clip of someone running away? There was a shooting or something where people were they're acting, they're just actors, and there was a news clip of a girl on crutches and then she drops her crutches and starts. I think it was it was the nightclub, the Florida nightclub.
Oh, the Pulse. Yeah.
There was a conspiracy theory going around that there was They always say this when a shooting happens that they're crisis actors.
These actors and
Sandy Hook didn't happen. That never happened.
Yeah,
that's a bit ridiculous.
They're child actors. It's so insane. People are really And
then there's some conspiracy theories that I just want to believe.
Yeah.
There's one this is ridiculous, but I want to believe it's true. That the moon is a spaceship.
Really? That's so silly. What fucking Truman Show bullshit is that?
I love it so much. I want it to be true. But that's mostly because I just really want aliens to be. I want them to show themselves soon.
Yeah. I don't know.
Not sure about aliens.
I don't think we need any more people to interact with. I don't need any more opinions.
Well, they might not have opinions. They might not know anything.
That'd be good. But they got their alien opinions. And
they're I've been watching you from afar for a long time.
And literally, it'll just be people on the left and people on the right being like, no, we're the right. This is how we're supposed to do it, aliens. Join us. And it'll be too big of a recruitment thing. Fuck.
Jesus Christ. No, but it's when you go YouTube rabbit holes.
Yeah.
I went from 9/11 videos last night into I discovered this YouTube channel called Chills.
Okay.
And the guy's voice is absolutely annoying. And so if you check it out and you're like, this is fucking unbearable. I totally agree. The way he talks is but he does compilation and be the top 10 scariest things ever caught on tape or top 10 lost video footage.
Okay, those ones where you're just show me the fucking video and you're like, this happened somewhere's in New Mexico, and I'm like, just fucking use text. I don't need to hear you. Just show me the goddamn clip.
But there was all these videos, and I just kept watching and I wanted more and I wanted to see more. And I love like found footage stuff. Love it.
Yeah.
Can't get enough.
Yeah.
The footage of that chick in the elevator right before she was found in the water tower.
I was just bringing that up.
Yes!
I swear to God, this is the next thing that come out of my mouth.
See? When's your birthday?
Mine's May. I got a May 9th birthday.
What sign are you?
Taurus.
Oh, fuck. Here we go. Of course you are.
Yeah. Of course I am.
I was hoping you'd be a Pisces because like that would make sense if we're on the same wavelength. No, that whole video, I'm obsessed with it. I watch it all the time because I'm just like, there's just something about the idea of like seeing footage of someone right before they die that terrifies me. But I'm obsessed with it.
I was like, I gotta keep watching. It's making me, and something about it's gonna sound terrible, but like the fact that it's like a Chinese woman, it makes it so much more scary for some reason. I don't know what it is.
No, 100%.
But like, I feel like those are like the saddest and scariest of all ghosts. It's like
oh my God,
it's like a Chinese woman who's been done wrong.
Like, what the fuck was she was talking to someone in the hallway? And that was the scariest part of it.
Yeah, I don't.
And then, like, people were like, oh, why is my water black and tastes weird?
Yeah.
First of all, why would you taste the water if it's black?
Yeah. Curiosity.
There was that part of the news that I was just like, why would you taste it? But it's like, yeah, stuff like that. And I went down. And then before I knew it, it was 3 a.m. And I was like, oh, I got to try to sleep somehow. Yeah. But then I just kept thinking about all this fucked up stuff on the fucking YouTube video.
Yeah. No, that's me. Like, I'll be almost asleep. And I'm like, oh, was that guy ever on that TV show? And then I'm like, next thing I'm fucking up for another 2 hours watching clips of talk shows from the 80s. Like, I don't know how I get anywhere.
No, I know.
Yeah, I'm a terrible sleeper.
And I don't know the solution because it's not like anyone can take our devices away from us.
I sometimes do melatonin.
Oh, yeah.
But then sometimes I'm up so late, I'm like, I don't want to take this now.
Because then you'll be drowsy tomorrow. Yeah.
So I find it helps. Again, maybe it's that thing where I'm like, it's working because I believe it's working. Like that kind of. But yeah, I don't know what the secret is to actually good sleep.
Do you lucid dream?
I have. Mm-hmm. I hate that.
You don't like lucid dreaming?
I don't like lucid dreaming. Because it's always
it's non-sexy situations.
Yeah, and even then I'm like, this is a little weird. And
I just walk around the grocery store.
Yeah, it's
what
like,
aisle should I turn down?
It's such boring shit. Or like it'll be something sad and stupid, and then that ruins my day. Like I had one lucid dream where I was like, fuck this, I don't ever want to know I'm dreaming again. And it was like a couple weeks after my great grandmother died, and like we were really close, and like we had this dream, and like I'm talking to her, and then like literally I was like, oh, I'm dreaming right now. And I got really upset. She's like, why are you upset? And I'm like, this isn't real.
Oh.
And I just woke up, and
it just frustrated you more than
it made me so angry.
Because you could go one way with it or the other.
Yeah.
One being the frustrated way, or the other way being like, ooh, I want to talk to her.
Yeah, I appreciate this. Yeah.
Do you believe in ghosts?
I do when I get scared.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, you know, I try to have common sense from like I don't know. I just don't know.
Right.
That's my thing. I think the white in me is like, good ghost, don't wear science. But then like the black guy in me is like, yeah, we don't fuck with that shit. So like, I just don't want to tempt it.
That's fair.
I just don't want to piss off a ghost. If they exist, cool. So
you'd never use a Ouija board?
I did in junior high in that, but like,
did ya?
Yeah, and like it supposedly worked, but it could have been just friend fucking with me. But
have you've never had like a ghost experience or anything?
I don't think I can remember when I was like 4 or 5. I wasn't feeling good one day, and one night, and I woke up and I went to my grandmother and I was like, I can't sleep, I don't feel good. She's like, I'll get you some medicine. And she got out of bed and she went to give me cough syrup or whatever the fuck I needed. And as I was laying in her bed, I look up and there's like a man there, like a shadow man. He like had like a pipe, and he looked definitely like he was not living in the 90s at the time, which it was.
Oh my God.
This is
like clear as day.
Yeah, kind of like clear as day. I mean, it was dark in the room, but like I could see this old guy like smiling at me. And a couple days later, this is gonna sound like such bullshit to most people.
You know what? I love it. Keep going.
A couple days later, my great grandmother, who lived downstairs from us, we were going through a photo book, And I was like, we get to this one picture. I'm like, that's the man. I saw that guy, and I guess it was like my great
Oh my
grandfather.
God, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So
That's so crazy that you saw one.
Yeah,
'Cause I never
so
see
it could
anything. I
be-
just get feelings.
yeah.
I've never seen, and I want to see
Yeah.
one so bad.
Yeah. So, maybe it was somewhere I had seen that picture before. I said, whatever, but
Yeah, who knows?
yeah,
That's
who knows? I don't know what the
fucked.
hell was those 5.
But I mean, like, so part of you kind of believes. But
Yeah, part of me's like, yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
So,
Yeah. I just don't like people who immediately are like, nah.
mm-hmm.
Like, just give it a little bit of thought.
Yeah.
That's just kind of my thing. But with like night terrors and shit and like sleep paralysis, like it kind of teeters the line of paranormal a bit
Yeah.
in a weird way. Night terrors in particular, like I've had them my whole life and I've done the research and it's like, this is not normal in adults. And every single thing I read is like mental illness. And I'm just, I haven't had one in a while. I feel like when I'm stressed out or like really depressed, that's when they pop up more. Okay. But I have what I call micro night terrors, which are like, I'll be falling asleep. I'll be like on the verge. I'm like, when you're like in between sleep where you're like, you're getting there, but you're not quite there.
Yeah.
Things will like jerk me awake.
Yeah, I do
All
that
the
too. Where I'm like,
fucking
that
Yeah.
quick. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
yeah. I get that.
I'll
a lot.
sometimes think bugs are in my bed.
Oh yeah. I've been there. I'm like, something crawling on me right now. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. It's such a struggle.
Yeah, I don't know. People who sleep well, go fuck yourself. I hate it.
But like from what I've heard from the other guys is that like you'll go days without sleep.
Yeah, there's times I've been up for like 48, 60 hours at a time, which is not good. It's not healthy.
Holy shit.
I've done shows on like 48 hours no sleep.
And do people around you notice, or do you just kind of go into a stupor? And
I think Andrew and Dan definitely can tell now when haven't been sleeping. Or usually I'll just bring it up as soon as I get on stage. I'll tell people I've not slept in 2 days. Let's see how this goes. Yeah, it depends. Some days I handle it definitely better than others. Other days it's like stay out of his way.
There's nothing more depressing than being up really late.
Yeah.
Knowing that, and like I'm always in that mind frame of like everybody else right now is asleep.
Mm-hmm.
Like the majority of the people on the planet right now are sleeping.
Yeah.
And I'm wide awake. Like I'm not even tired.
Yeah.
I hate that feeling.
Yeah.
I hate laying in bed not being tired.
Yeah.
Like my favorite days are the days where I'm like, I'm so exhausted. As soon as I lay down, I know it's just gonna happen. But like most nights, I'm wired and I cannot get tired.
Yeah.
And then I'm tired during the day.
Yeah. And there's nothing I want to do more than sleep.
Right?
Yeah.
So like if you had your ideal sleeping hours, what would they be? Like say you just work whatever day.
Yeah.
Work on your own.
Yeah.
When would you wait? Are you sleeper inner?
I try not to be. I don't want to be. If I get in that thing where I'm like, I can go another half hour, and I get in that loop hole of bullshit, then I end up sleeping in. But honestly, like I would love to be up like 8:30. I'd love just like nice and early, make coffee, have some time to myself. Right.
It does make you feel good.
Yeah.
It makes you feel way more.
And then like when it's like all of a sudden noon, you're like, man, it's been like a full day. It feels like, but it's only noon.
I know.
And like I love that feeling. Being
That's a
like,
great feeling.
I got so much day left.
I love that feeling.
Yeah. So like honestly, as long as I get like 6 hours,
6
I'm
hours,
good to go. Like if I can go to sleep at like 2:30 and I can wake up at 8:30, I'm fine. I'm good. I'm good to go. But my thing is, I'll start feeling sleepy around like 9, and I'm like,
oh my god, me too.
and I'm like, this is too early.
Mm-hmm.
This is too early. So like I'll force myself to stay up, and then like it'll hit like 12, and I'm like, okay, this might be late enough, and then I'm like, I'm not tired anymore.
Yeah.
And it's like my body's like, I give you that window.
My problem is that I'll exhaust myself. I won't sleep. Or the worst is when you're on like 3 to 4 hours of sleep, because it's like sometimes, I don't know about you, but sometimes I have nights where I'm like, I might as well just pull an all-nighter, because if I get 2 to 3 hours, I'm gonna feel worse than if I got none.
Oh yeah, that fucking moment. Yeah.
I hate that
you're
moment.
like, yeah, the day's already a write-off. I'm staying up now.
Yeah, it's the fucking worst. And then I'm I always have 8 p.m. naps, and that fucks me so hard.
Yeah, that'll ruin you. That's
such a mistake. Every time I do it, I'm like, I'm making a mistake.
yeah.
But for whatever reason, if I'm exhausted, like say I have to edit or something, if I'm exhausted, I'm like, I need a little bit of a nap.
Yeah.
And then I'll be out for 2 hours. Wake up at 10, like, ready to take on the world.
That's
10
the
p.m.
It's the worst. Yeah, I'll hit an all-nighter and then I'll be like, okay, I'll take a nap now, and it'll be like 1 o'clock, and then like I'm opening my eyes at 7, and I'm like, fuck, here we go again.
It's such a vicious cycle.
Yeah.
But the thing, like, I feel like a lot of people who don't have sleep issues don't really understand.
No, they don't understand the struggle.
It's you're constantly like allocating energy, and it's
Yeah.
really, really hard.
Yeah, poorly. Just poorly. I gotta fix it. I don't know what it is.
Are you someone do you like sleeping with other people? In the same bed with other people?
Yeah, that's fine. I like not being alone. That sometimes helps me. But I mean, there are times even then I'm like sitting up, or like I'm constantly waking up, and But if I can get a good sleep in, if there's someone next to me, cool.
Yeah.
That sometimes helps. Sometimes not being in my own house helps.
Ooh, like hotels?
Hotels, definitely. I sleep a lot better in hotels. Usually if I'm in a hotel for more than one night, I can sleep well.
Right. Because you get a little more comfortable.
Yeah, you get more comfortable. But like, if the next morning I know I got to be out at some point, then I have times where I'm like, I can't sleep.
Yeah.
I don't oversleep. I don't want to miss my call time. I don't want to miss the bus. Like, I don't want to miss whatever the fuck I have to get up for. That's a big thing for me. Is like, if I have to be up to go somewhere.
Oh, it's the worst.
I'm like, I can't. Like, anytime I go to St. John, the night before, I never sleep. I know, and then I just show up there, no sleep, and I got to do a show.
What do you do? Like, so when you are on no sleep and you can't change that, what do you do? Like, are you a caffeine person?
Yeah, I do a lot of coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah, coffee, tea. I can. It's the weird thing is though, like at night I can drink coffee and I know it's not keeping me up.
Interesting.
Like, so I'm like, why are you drinking that? You're gonna be up all night. I'm like, this has nothing to do with it.
Interesting.
It's literally my brain won't shut off. It has nothing to do with energy. I'm fucking exhausted.
God damn.
But my head is going, you know, that's a weird feeling. That's probably cancer. You should get that checked out. Nah, it's okay.
Another thing we have in common. Do you look up your symptoms?
Not anymore. I used to. I don't even do that anymore. I'm just like, I've searched up so many times. I'm like, yeah, that looks like, yeah, that's probably cancer. Like, that's something. That's MS.
We mentioned this on the live stream, but like when you have cancer, when you have paranoid cancer moments, and people are just like, it's fine, it's nothing.
Yeah.
You're not. It's just like, do people not realize how common cancer is?
Yeah.
Like, there is a chance I could have it.
Yeah.
There's a chance we all could have it.
Yeah.
Like, why can't people just be more realistic about this?
Yeah, there's like two types of people. There's people who have cancer and people who don't have cancer yet.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it. There's no one that's
I
cancer.
just for once want someone to say, maybe you do have it, Sarah.
Yeah. And then maybe then I'll go, no, I don't. Then I'll get all defensive. Just accuse me of having some kind of disease and I'll feel much better.
I find the worst nights too are the nights like right before you have a lot to do the next day.
Yeah.
Like if you have a lot of errands to run the next day and you're just like, I know I have to do this, and this. And I sometimes will make like physical lists to help me like remember, but it's still on my mind that I'm going to forget something.
Yeah.
I'm going to forget something. It's the worst.
I do that with jokes.
Yeah.
I'll sit up all night trying to write something and like, I'm like, I got nothing. And then the moment my head touches that pillow, here's a tag for this joke from 6 years ago. Here's a new bit you can work on. Oh, why don't you try to write something about this news story? And
then in those moments, do you actually write them down?
Yeah, I'll put them in my phone and.
It's a good call.
Yeah, sometimes I'll do the old, I'll remember this.
Oh, I hate that.
And I'll rack my brain for 2 hours in the morning.
I had that recently. Actually, I thought of a good joke and I didn't write it down and it's gone.
Yeah.
It's gone.
Yeah, they don't stick around.
There should be a machine or something that is just recording our brains.
Do you know how many people would lose their jobs?
I know I would.
Everyone would be unemployed.
Well, no, it could. This is turning very Black Mirror, but it could record it, but like only we have access to it.
Yeah.
So like when you have those joke moments, you could like rewind to that part of the
that
day.
part of my brain, yeah. That'd be good. Even then, everyone would be so paranoid that the government has access to it somehow, and yeah.
Are you generally a paranoid person?
No, not really. Until I am. Yes, and
Me
then,
asking you that made you paranoid.
And then I'm a fucking psycho. Everyone's like, no, that's no way. And then like one small thing, I'm like, no, this person's out to get me. Definitely. Like it's.
So we're stressed out. We don't sleep.
Stressed out. We don't sleep.
And you don't poop in public.
Definitely not.
And I don't either.
Definitely. You can't. I don't know who. How is anyone ever that comfortable in their life? What?
I think some people just have to be for whatever reason.
Yeah, I guess they got.
But I will seek out a private bathroom situation.
And like, and if I got to, it's very stealthy. Trust me, you're not finding me.
You should never go to Mexico because you will have problems.
Yeah, that's I think the one thing.
Digestive distress.
Yeah, even like the ice there gives you fucking diarrhea.
That's what did it for me.
Yeah.
The first time we went off the resort and it was an excellent meal. But I had Coke with ice in it. Mm-hmm. Biggest mistake of my life.
Yeah.
I had to test myself for parasites when I got back and shit. And I was like, this is the least sexy I have ever felt. Like, where it's just like, and then the second time around, I thought I did everything right and I still got sick.
Yeah.
It's just like, I have just a very sensitive body.
Yeah. I don't mess around.
No, Mexico, but it's so much fun though. You got to do an all-inclusive trip at some point in your life.
Definitely will at some point.
Yeah, treat yourself to it. Or go to Disney World again.
Definitely. Yeah, most definitely.
More expensive though.
Yeah, probably in the long run. Yeah.
Would you ever do Disneyland?
Oh yeah, I gotta do them all.
What's really what's the big difference? Like, it's just where they're located. Is that the difference?
Disney World is bigger. Disneyland's the original. Is like, but that's that they have Sleeping Beauty's castle, Cinderella's castles in Disney World. I yelled at Dan. Dan went to Disney last year too, in October, but he kept calling it Disneyland, and that almost ended our friendship. Like everything he did pissed me off.
Stop calling it Disneyland.
Yeah, he's like, I'm Disney. I'm like, no, you're at Disney World. He's like, I don't give a shit. And I'm like, you got to learn to give a shit. And then like he did Epcot all wrong. He like started in Mexico and ended in Canada. You got to start in Canada. Start at your fucking home base. That's not special.
Wait, what's this?
Like Epcot has like Canada and Mexico. Like they have all different little pavilions of parts of the world. And you go around and you like get a drink in each spot. What we did when we went, we started in Canada because it's Canada. Who gives a shit, right? That's nothing fancy once I get there. I live here.
Get it over with.
Yeah. And like literally there's like, have a moose head. Like that's the beer they sell that's like
hilarious.
And then they play Gordon Lightfoot. Like that's Canada for some reason to them. And it's not even like a Gordon Lightfoot folk song. It's like the wreck of the Edmunds Fitzgerald. Like it's not. It's supposed to be the happiest place on earth. Here's a song about tragedy for 15 minutes.
Jesus Christ.
So like get that part over with first, and then like you end up in London and Paris, and like in each place it's like meet Belle and meet Jasmine in Persia and like meet Snow White in Germany, and then you end up. But he started in Mexico, which is just rookie mistake. Rookie mistake. Because everyone rushes that side because you're closer to Norway and they have the big Frozen ride there.
Oh, fuck. I feel like you should make a blog or something with advice for people on how to do Disney World.
Yeah. No, that would be... I probably could make some money off of that.
You really could, Travis. Seriously. You know your shit.
Yeah. I get sponsored by them.
Yeah, what the heck? Well, you gotta do you gotta do this podcast.
Yeah, I've been putting that one off for years. I'm trying to figure out how I do it. If I do an intro sober, and then I come back drunk.
After you watch the movie?
Yeah, because I kind of want to be almost like a drunk history thing.
Okay.
Where like I literally just reiterate the movie.
You could,
because I don't know how to do it where I can do like commentary over the movie.
It'd be tricky.
Yeah,
I think what you'd have to do is listen to the movie because you wouldn't be able to put the audio in of the movie. But what you could do is listen to the movie or watch it with headphones
Yeah.
and talk as you're watching.
Yeah. Yeah. I could say
And describe
like,
what's going on.
Like follow along if you want to.
Fuck, that would be so funny.
Yeah.
You gotta do it.
Yeah.
And then if you
Yeah.
get really high techy, you could almost. Well, actually, I don't know if you can do that on YouTube. Probably not the whole movie, but you could put clips of the movie down the corner.
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah. You do that thing where you just make it smaller.
Yeah. Fuck. Drunk on Disney.
Yeah. I think that'd be. Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Gotta do it.
Yeah, I just gotta figure it out.
So you're in a relationship, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So were you? How did that happen?
Oh man.
Tinder or like?
No, surprisingly not Tinder. I was on Tinder for a while. Like I had the premium Tinder, just because I thought it was funny to not run out of swipes.
What was that like?
It's too much power.
But like, what do you mean run out of swipes?
Because like on regular Tinder, at least at the time, you'd only be allowed a certain amount of like right swipes, and like you'd have to like wait.
That shows how little I right swipe people, because I did not know that.
Yeah. So I was just 2015 was the summer where me and Dan got drunk pretty much every other day, and like we'd just go out and
Try to pick
just
up.
not even just fill a void.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
Yeah. And then it got, like be on Tinder like swiping, and then you run out of swipes. And I remember being drunk with them. I'm like, fuck it, premium's like $9, whatever. I'll just do 1 month.
Is it a straight fee or was it monthly?
It's monthly. I forgot to unsign up, so they charged me a couple. Like I would forget to cancel my subscription.
Oh my fuck!
But then like I would just get to the point where it's just silly, and I just right swipe everything.
Okay.
I'm like, who cares?
That's what most
and
guys
then
do.
occasionally, like you see a guy pop up, and you're like, oh, okay, well that's the risk I'm taking.
You just unmatch.
Yeah. You
can just unmatch them later.
So it's fine. But I would right swipe, and even if I matched someone, I was like, I'm not messaging you. I just like to know that I was like, okay, yeah, there's
Just validation.
yeah,
Really,
I was like, okay, I might not die alone. There's people there's some fishes that are biting, and then I kind of got off Tinder, and then one night, me and Dan and another comic we ended up at Ale House, and they both ended up running off somewheres, and I was left alone at Ale House. My vodka cran.
That fucking bar.
It's a mess.
Does it ever not
place.
stink in there?
No, of course not. I had a buddy message me. He goes, "What's up?" And I'm like, "I'm just at Ale House. I'm gonna try to find my way home." And he's like, "I'll drive you home. I just got off work." I'm like, "Okay, cool. Come pick me up, whatever." And he goes and he comes to pick me up, and he runs into his ex-girlfriend and her sister. Spoiler: my current girlfriend, her sister. So he's like, "I'll drive you guys home too." So they kind of walk up ahead, and they're talking and shit. We're kind of both third wheeling it, and we just talk, and we kind of hit it off, and we drop them off at their place. Before she gets out of the car, she like shoves her phone in my face. I'm like, "Oh, number." We're both very drunk. I'm like, "Okay, number, cool. I'll put my number in your phone, whatever." They get out of the car. I move up front seat. I look at my butt. I'm like, this is gonna be either be great or horrible. And the next day, I got a show at Toothy. I show up. I walk in, and Andrew's there. And I go to Andrew. I'm like, "Dude, I met this girl last night. Kind of hit off. She's like, she's really cool. Like, whatever." My buddy comes like running, basically like, she woke up the next day, doesn't remember you at all, panics. And I was like, "Yeah, that's par for the course. At least that's probably like a new vibe." Here's what hurt the most. At one point, we stopped at Smokes to get poutine. Like we all bought poutine.
Yeah.
She forgot hers in the car. I didn't eat it because I was like, "Oh, whatever."
Gentlemen.
Yeah, I'm not gonna eat your poutine. But as we were walking, I had my poutine. I didn't even open it yet, and we're kind of talking. It was like distracting me because it was like really hot, and I was like, "I just want to talk to you," and I fucking just threw it outside. I threw it away outside Public Gardens. It was like a $15 poutine. I'm like, "I don't need this. I'd rather talk to you."
Oh, that's fucking That's the most romantic thing I've ever heard of in my entire life. Oh my God.
So I did all that, and she totally forgot me, which led to another month of me just drinking every night, being like, fuck this, I'm just going to focus on comedy. And then one day, Dan used to run a show at the Grad House, and we did that show, and then my buddy's like, why don't you come to Fickle Frog and hang out at this karaoke night? And I walk in, he's at the table with her and her sister, and they start, we start talking again, whatever. And then we had been drinking at Grad House, so Dan was like blackguard at this point. Dan sits next to her, starts talking to her. This is why I'm a little meaner to Dan than most people. Dan starts like rubbing her back and shit. I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm like, fuck it, who cares?
Oh my God.
And then it gets to like the end of the night, and she's writing this number on Dan's arm, and I'm like, cool, that's story of my life. And then they get up to leave, and as she's leaving, she goes, hey, I just want you to know I'm not like that. And I was like, oh, it wasn't a real number on Dan's arm. I was like, oh, okay, well, I still have your number. Can I? She's like, yeah, text me. And yeah, it was 2 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
holy shit.
Yeah, it's
Fickle Frog. You're the fucking fourth or fifth person who's met someone or like reignited. And I go there like most Tuesdays.
Yeah.
Fucking dressed in slutty dresses. I'm just like, where's my love story?
That's hilarious.
I have yet to meet it. Like, it's just,
it was on a Tuesday too. Dance church on Tuesdays.
It always fucking is. I swear to God. Tuesday nights at Fickle Frog.
It would have been Tuesday.
So many people.
Maybe a Wednesday. It might have been Wednesday. Who knows?
So many people have met there.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's just a bar of the. It's so close. It's the first like bar on Spring Garden. That's why everyone goes.
It's
there.
a great place. I mean, it kind of sucks now that there's new management.
Yeah, I've been to new Fickle Frog again, but
it's weird because they even say it on Facebook. The new Fickle Frog.
Fickle Frog.
And I'm just like,
yeah,
just calm down.
New owner, same mice.
So many mice.
It's insane how many there are.
God damn.
And they get brave too sometimes. Like they get a little close and you gotta like smack the table just to get them to be like, okay, cool, man.
Get away.
Yeah.
And you grew up in Sackville, right?
Yes, Lower Sackville.
What was your childhood like? Should we make another drink?
It was, yeah, we might need to make another drink for this one. It was mine, I guess. I don't know how to describe, like, there's many, I'm one of those people where I'm like, well, I wouldn't change anything because,
it
made me, it is cliche as it sounds, and I wouldn't sacrifice my material for a relationship with my father. I get too many jokes out of it. It's, and that's the truth. I would rather have, funny material. I grew up in Lower Sackville. My grandmother, my mom, my great-grandmother, my little brother, and me was
the household.
How it all started.
All in one house?
Yeah, how it all started off, yeah.
That's a packed house.
Yeah, it was a packed house, yeah. Great-grandmother kind of occupied the basement. It was not even like a basement, it's just the lower part of the house with his laundry room. It's almost set up like an apartment. That's where my great grandmother was, and upstairs was my grandmother's room. For a while, it was my own room and my mom's room, and then we made that one room storage, and then it was like me, my brother, and my mom in kind of like one room. And then when I was 10, we moved to Dartmouth, and that's when things got a little shitty.
Not just because of Dartmouth.
Yeah, not because of Dartmouth. My mom was in a shit relationship, and guy that wasn't too nice, and stuff like that. And then I ended up moving back to Sackville for junior high, and I've went through all high school and shit there.
What was Travis in high school like?
Like
popular. What
I was able to. I think I don't think anyone. If anyone was like, "Fuck Travis Lindsay," I'd kind of be surprised. I'd be like, "You never told me." Like I could just kind of blend in with everyone. Like I mean,
right.
I could have a conversation with the unpopular kids and the cool kids, and no one was like.
So you're kind of like all over the place.
Yeah, that shit never mattered to me.
Did you have a core group of friends?
Yeah, I had like my main group of friends, and I was shy but not shy. Mm-hmm. Like that's the weird. Like if you knew me, you knew I could be loud and silly and goofy and shit. I was one of those kids who could do bad stuff, but I never got caught.
Nice.
You just got a notification. I got to see what it is.
Oh, you got to read it.
Yeah. Oh, it's someone liked your photo on Instagram.
How the fuck do you turn on an Android phone?
I just smash it till it works. It's
Do you have any notifications?
I do. I got Dan 2 minutes ago.
What did Dan say?
What's up, kid?
Come do my show. Text him right now saying, on Intoxicated, talking shit about you. Talking shit about you.
There we go. Perfect.
I asked Dan to go to a wedding with me this weekend.
Oh,
He's gonna be
wow.
away.
That's
Well, I was just like, well, I'm just gonna try.
open bar.
I don't think so.
I don't think that would matter,
That's
but
not really a thing a lot of times in Nova Scotia because everyone's broke.
yeah, yeah. No, that's true. Yeah.
So funny.
High school me. What was high school me like?
Did you get girlfriends in high school or no?
No, I was hopeless romantic, dude. I'm so much more cynical now, but like at the time, I was like the guy that was like, I'm gonna be like Heath Ledger and 10 things I hate about you, like that. Like that's the kind of stuff I would play into my head. I would never do it because I'd puss out.
Oh my god, it's so cute though.
Yeah, like I was definitely a pussy in high school. I can remember the girl I took to prom. I knew she would say yes if I asked, and I was still terrified to ask her. She was an exchange student from Germany, and like we were at her where she was living at the time, and my buddy's like, just ask her. Literally 5 minutes ago, we asked her, if Travis asked you to prom, will you go? And she's like, yeah,
that's the golden
course.
ticket. That's the golden ticket.
And like even then, I'm like,
nah,
I don't know.
Oh,
I like for some reason in my mind, I'm like, as soon as it comes out, like that's the part of her brain be like, nah, don't do it. Yeah. So I was such a goof.
I feel like that's a thing with a lot of guys.
Yeah,
though.
and then like,
chicken out.
and then came like the last month of school, and like my buddy went around to girls being like, would you ever? And like, yeah, I would have fucked Travis. And I'm like, and I'm like, where was this last 3 years of my life?
Would you? Well, okay. When's your high school reunion?
It'll be my 10-year in. Oh Christ! It'll be in a little under 2 years.
I always think about that with high school reunions. Like, I want to go. I missed mine. I didn't go.
Okay.
But if I would have gone, I would have liked to have just been like, look at me now, bitches.
Yeah.
I didn't have tits back then, but I got them now. You wouldn't have fucked high school Sarah, but would you fuck current Sarah? Yeah, assholes. Like, I mean, all these guys bullied me and shit, but
Yeah.
I'd still fuck them, man.
Yeah, of course. It's got nothing to do with it.
I hate fuck, maybe.
Yeah, of course. That's fine. That's totally justifiable.
Talking about hate fucking.
Yeah, I don't. It was such a weird. High school was such a weird because it was like good. I wasn't.
Were you a bad kid? Did you?
No, I wasn't a bad kid. I hung around guys that did not even like bad, just stupid stuff.
Right.
Yeah, we're like from like the Jackass generation, so like just fucking with people was kind of funny to us, and let's climb on the roof or like let's piss where we shouldn't be pissing, like that kind of.
Did you drink underage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe around 7. Yeah, maybe 17 was when I wasn't like most kids where I was like, I'm fucking 14. I was
Drink
17 and I hated booze.
Did ya?
I hated it at first.
Oh man.
I liked to be drunk, but I didn't like drinking. Mm-hmm. So I would down stuff very quickly.
Oh fuck.
Like I think the record was a 12-pack in a half hour.
Jesus Christ.
I was. Yeah, one guy would nickname me the Blackout Man. It's because I would just get fucked. And that night I did the 12 and a half hour. We're at my buddy Adam's place, and I can say his name because even for some reason, if his mom's listening, she cleaned up that night. I show up with my 12-pack of Keith. That was like the only thing I could drink at the time, and half an hour it was like, and I was one of those guys where like I'd leave the room, like I enter the room like, what beer's that? I'm like, number 1, and I'd come back like 5 minutes later like, which one's that? I'm like, 7.
Jesus.
Everyone would be like, did you ever catch Travis at like his second beer? They're like, nope.
It just went from 1 to 7 really quick.
Real quick. And I got completely fucked. I end up on my buddy's couch, and they're like, Travis, let's just come back to my place. I'm like, no, I can't leave. I told my grandmother I was coming here. I can't disappoint her. I'm blackout drunk at 17 years old. I'm like, I can't upset her. That was like my one rule. I was like, I'll never lie to my grandmother. I was like, if I say I'm somewhere, I'm definitely somewhere. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to cause shit. I'm not going to give her a reason. So even if I'm doing something like this, I'm not getting arrested. I'm not. Here's where I said I'm going to be. And so I got fucked up. I'm on the couch and people are walking in and I'm like, am I hallucinating you? And they're like, no, Travis, we're here, buddy. How you doing? I'm like, I'm fucking fine. And then like it got later and I was like, okay, I'm going to be sick.
Uh-oh.
And my buddy was going to get sick at the same time. There's already someone in the washroom. So like we went to charge up the stairs and we like both slipped. And as soon as he slipped, he puked all down this poor fucking woman's carpeted stairs. Not even like hardwood, like carpeted stairs. He was drinking red wine, just hurls it.
Oh my gosh.
I run to her sink. There's some dishes in there. I'm hurling all in her goddamn sink. And like even then, like Adam's mom kept her cool. It's like, let's take you boys home if you're okay. And I'm like, yeah, thank you. And she lives 5 minutes away from where we were going. It felt like an hour and a half car ride.
I can't imagine.
And the whole time I'm going, I'm not usually like this, man. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. I'm a disappointment. I'm so sorry, man. I can't. You're such a great mom. I'm so sorry. Please let Adam still hang out with me.
The idea of someone tripping and then puking makes me laugh.
Hilarious. Yeah, we were both racing to the bathroom and somehow both lost. It was...
There's definitely a friendship moment when you have to puke together.
Yeah, it's definitely a bonding moment.
100%. Me and Harper had that after the live stream. She puked. She puked both in my sink and in the bathroom. And very shortly after, I smelled it.
Oh, okay.
And then that made me throw.
Yeah, that'll do it. That'll definitely do it.
I didn't even think I was feeling sick. I just gagged and it was done.
Yeah.
And it was just a lot of liquid in my stomach and I just needed to come up. And so she was puking in here and I was puking I think I was puking in my bedroom because the bathroom also smelled like puke. So I needed to get to a neutral zone.
Absolutely.
And then at the end of it all, we're like trying to clean up our puke together and like ran into each other with like receptacles of our puke. And I was just like, wow, this was a moment. This was a moment for both of us.
That's hilarious. She seemed totally fine.
She just, all of a sudden, it's so weird with some people because with me, I become such a baby when I'm about to puke. Like I will just be like, it's very obvious that I'm nauseous.
Okay, yeah. And
I will just be like, yeah, I don't feel good. But with her, it was just like, she just went into the bathroom and that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a bluffer too.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, I'm fine. I'm like, even after like, you can catch me puking, I'm like, I'm good. Let's go. Dan, I think it might be on his Instagram. Dan has a video of me on my birthday a couple years ago, and I'm throwing up somewheres on Argyle Street, and he's like, kid, let's just go home, and I'm like, no, I'm good, and like literally, it's as my head's coming up, you can see that I was puking.
I want to find that video.
It's out there.
Do you remember the first time you got hammered, like as a young kid?
Yeah. It was one of my best friend's sister's graduation party, and shit. we were at his house, and it was like, you know, one of those things where it was like, yeah, you guys aren't 19, but you're here at our house. We'd rather you do it here than out on the streets.
I get that concept. It's foreign to me though because my parents were never like that.
Yeah. No one in my family was like that either. And so like I was just having some beers and that, and then his dad's like, you want like a rum and Pepsi? And I was like, sure. I still can't drink rum and Pepsi to this. Rum like kills me.
Rum makes me feel like I'm about to die.
Yeah. Rum is like me telling my body, you're gonna puke. Like that's. So I'm doing rum and Pepsi. I don't think I threw up, but they had tents set up in the backyard, and I woke up in front of my tent.
Like not in it,
not
but
in
outside
it,
of it?
just outside of it, on the grass. probably the most sound sleep I've had since. Yeah.
Really? Since you like looking back at that memory, you're like, those were the days.
Yeah, those are good.
When I could sleep.
Yeah, that's probably the best sleep I've had in the last 10 years.
Holy shit! I don't think I've ever blacked out and woken up somewhere.
Yeah, it's not fun.
Are you okay? Back to the things in common. What are your thoughts on camping?
I always want to do it.
You've never done it.
I've done camp stuff. I've never really done the whole just a tent middle of the woods. Like
right.
I haven't been able to find the right group of people to be like, let's go.
Yeah, fair.
And I think I like the idea of it more than I probably would once I'm there.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not against a good camping, I guess. I would want to do like a concert camp out or something more than like in the woods. Yeah, hang your food from bears kind of shit.
I would want to do glamping, like in a cabin or something. Fancy
camping. Yeah,
I could get down with that, but not in an actual tent.
Yeah,
it just seems like why would you do such a thing?
Why would you put yourself through that? Yeah, I get that. I wanted to camp since I saw the Goofy movie. That's definitely in the top 5.
Goofy movie.
It's Goofy movie.
Never seen it.
Oh, it's the best. It's so underrated. Not enough people have seen it. It's one of the best Disney movies, and it doesn't get any love, and it should.
It's an underrated one.
It's a very underrated movie. I saw that came in 95, so I was 3 when I saw it. Yeah, for a year I pretended I was Goofy's son Max. And I would only refer to my grandmother as Dad and make her be Goofy. So like we'd be out in public and I'd be like, Dad, and like people would be like, is that? The trans community wasn't probably as accepted in 1995, so like definitely my grandmother's getting some looks, being like, is that a? But she rolled with it. Fuck. Yeah, so like I love that movie, and yeah, there's a scene where they're camping. And they have alphabet soup, which they call High Dad soup.
Oh, I love alphabet soup.
Yeah, it's so good. It's such a great soup.
It's so great.
Yeah.
Wait, do they still sell alphabet soup?
You're damn right they do.
Yeah, I haven't had it in a long time.
It's
Alphagetti I have all the time.
Yeah, Alphagetti is
fucking
Alphagetti. I like zoodles.
What kind of? Oh, me too.
Yeah.
What kind of food did you grow up on?
Regular food until about the age of 10. Once we moved to Dartmouth, we were a lot poorer. So that was a lot of fried eggs and Mom's coffee cream.
Wait, what? Just hang on. Explain.
Not on purpose. Like I mean, like that was like the meal she was providing. It was like, yeah, we got eggs in the house. That would sometimes be dinner.
Eggs are great though. They're really economical.
They keep you going.
They're economical. You could have it for every meal.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, there's ways to. It's a very versatile food.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know what kind of food
See, I grew up on just pure garbage.
Yeah.
Like Mr. Noodle.
We had Mr. Noodles too. That was definitely a more heavy Dartmouth school lunch food.
But actually, I grew up in Antigonish, and we had like just a lot of meat and potatoes meals.
That sounds about right for Antigonish.
Yeah. Yeah, which I can't complain. It's healthier than I eat now.
Yeah.
Because as an adult, you can buy whatever the fuck you want. There's no parents telling you not to buy it.
Yeah.
And that's still dangerous, even at 31.
It's very dangerous. I remember my first job where I could I have money now. I can buy whatever I want. I can buy all the shit people told me not to buy and eat it the way I want to eat it. And I bought, on my first break after I got paid, I used to work at Walmart. And I bought a thing of whipped cream.
The can?
Yeah, because the whole thing was like, you can't spray the can in your mouth. I was like, I'll do whatever the fuck I want now. And I took that back to the break room and I did it all. And I just felt sick for 2 days.
But you're like, doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. It's like, I
did
win.
It was my choice. It was my money.
All spite.
Fuck.
But yeah, that was a shitty time. Don't ever work at Walmart.
I often wonder what it's like to do that job.
You think it's going to be, I loved it at first. But they were always like, I was like, I want to do this position. They're like, okay, yeah, we'll do that. I always want to do like the in-store stuff where it's like, grab carts, kind of clean around the place. Like that was like for me, I just left alone, not really dealing with customers. And they always told me they were going to put me in that position, but they just kept me in the back doing like inventory stuff.
Oh, okay.
Here's the thing, I had no idea what the fuck I was doing. So I was just scan stuff and be like, I think I'm done for the day. And then like there'd be like 6 hours where I'm just hanging in the back. talking to the guys, like destroying stuff that got returned. Like it's like I would go into like the big family washroom, take like 2-hour naps, or sometimes like in the back room they have shelves stocked really high up. I would just climb up to like the third or fourth one and just snooze because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I was afraid to ask. I was like a few months in at this point where I'm like,
so you're like, too late now to ask.
yeah. They definitely think I should know what I'm doing.
Fuck.
I helped a guy steal TV by accident.
What?
I was coming from somewhere. I was scanning something. I was coming back, and the guy was in the TV section, and he's like struggling to get TV, and I'm like, "Oh man, I'll help you with that." And I help him put it in the cart. He's like, "Thanks, buddy," and I'm like, "No worries, man. Have a good one." And whatever. Boom. I punch over there. Come in the next day. I'm working. Like, Travis, can you come to the security office? And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And they're like, do you know that guy? I'm like, "No, I've never seen him in my life." They're like, "Oh, you just seemed really friendly with him." I'm like, I have no idea who was his customer. He needed help. I helped him.
Yeah, you were doing your job.
Yeah. Technically, I wasn't even doing much. I was going above and beyond. I'm not supposed to be doing. Yeah. So I was like, yeah, I helped him. And like, yeah, apparently he's been stealing like TVs for weeks. It was around Christmas time, so he was going through the garden section where no one is. Oh shit. And yeah, and they finally caught him, and they thought I had something to do. Like I was working on the inside, helping this idiot steal shitty TVs.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Well, I specifically always wonder about the Walmart greeters.
Those are usually you're old and we can't be mean and fire you. Just throw you up front.
They're always really excited to put stickers on my bags.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Yeah, of course not.
Sometimes I don't pay attention. I just walk right by them and then I feel a little bad. I kind of feel like I should have stopped and told them to put a sticker on my bag.
Yeah, come on.
Just give them this one.
Yeah.
Something to do.
Make them feel valuable.
Oh. You know, though, like, I go to Walmart a lot because I live right by it, and I genuinely know that store inside out. Yeah. Whenever there is something specific that I'm looking for, they will go above and beyond to help me find it. And I appreciate that. I fucking appreciate that.
That's nice, yeah.
If I ever win the lottery, I'd like to go into, like, 2 places, Walmart's and McDonald's, or, like, any really fast food place, and just, like, give them money. Like, here's, you guys are the unspoken heroes of the world. Like, here's the money you deserve. You're all getting paid shit. Yeah. And you're dealing with shitty ass people all the time.
Yeah.
You deserve more money.
Yeah.
Especially fast food. Like, that's a question I have. Do you complain if you get something like from a fast food place that isn't what you ordered?
If I'm not eating in the restaurant, I probably won't. I'm not gonna call you and be like, "Yeah, you fuck." I just take that L.
Yeah.
There's people way worse off than me not getting extra pickles.
Exactly.
Like, there's one time I did get a raw junior chicken. I was like, that's gotta be addressed.
That's worth a complaint.
But here's the problem: I was so blackout drunk at the time. I probably could have been rich.
Did you eat it?
I didn't eat it, but like my buddy who wasn't as drunk as me. This was when I was living in Toronto. And I thought everyone was going to get fucked up for this show. So, like, I finished class for the day. I went to school for comedy. So,
did you really?
Yeah, they're all degenerates. So I was like, oh, we're all going to get fucked up at this show. And we get to this show, and I bought, they had in Toronto at the time, green apple Gatorade.
Jesus
Christ. And which is like the heavenly mix for vodka. Oh. So I had a thing of vodka, and I had a bunch of green apple Gatorades, and I get obliterated. I go to this show, and halfway through the power gets cut, and everyone's like, "Okay, because we're going home," and I'm like, "Let's keep drinking." And everyone's like, "Ah, man, not tonight." And I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Like, I'm usually not that guy either. Where I'm like, "Cool, I'm cool to go home," but like this one, I was like, I got so fucked up just for this night for some reason, and like I'm yelling in the street. The fucking dean of our program is there, and I'm like, we gotta keep drinking. And everyone's like, just go get McDonald's. I'm like, okay, I'll go get McDonald's. And I go to McDonald's with some classmates, and I get my junior chicken, and I bite into it. I'm like, this is chewy. And I look, and it's the color of that candy wrapper right there.
Oh my God.
And they're like, yeah, that's raw. And I was like, what should I do? And like, you can probably almost sue them. And I was like, ah. And I was like, okay, let me go deal with this. And he goes up there, and he comes back with like a shit ton of food. And like, that was the moment where I was like, they really covered their ass. They're like, and I was like, I could have been rich.
Oh,
Probably could have paid for my
you,
school.
You really probably could have.
I probably could have paid for my school.
Yeah,
in
that's
one
worth a
moment.
complaint. But I just don't like people who get. It's one thing to go up and be like, hey, like you didn't. Like, this is off about my order, but like to get angry and mad and like
To get passionate.
Like at
about
McDonald's?
fucking onions. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that makes you a bad person.
Yeah, I don't. You don't know the kind of day someone's having back there.
I once saw, the mom from McDonald's up here is a fucking gong show.
Mm-hmm.
It's the worst McDonald's. I would still come in and give you guys money. Don't get me wrong. But I can just tell it's poorly managed. Like I can just fucking tell just going there all the time. But like I saw like a girl getting trained there, and like she was probably like maybe just out of high school or something. And the manager was like really being a bitch, like in front of all the like. You need to be faster. Like, we need to do that. Like, but like being really mean about it in front of like everybody. And I was just like, oh, I feel so fucking bad. That sucks. Like to be under that much stress.
Yeah.
And then to be in front of customers too while trying to learn your job, which I know people say McDonald's, it must be hard sometimes. There's a lot.
My brother worked there.
When it's busy, it must be stressful.
Yeah, my brother worked there. He hated it. It was brutal. He works at Subway now.
Was that a bit better?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, he doesn't come home quite as angry. Usually now it's based on people that he works with that gets him mad.
Subway is just a whole other thing.
Like, yeah, it's a whole.
I hope your brother isn't the type to put half a thing of mayo on a sub.
No, he'll do it whatever you want.
Oh,
so
good.
yeah.
Good.
I feel bad for him. I don't feel bad for him. He's lucky he doesn't have one of those drive-through ones.
Oh,
which I think is,
I haven't seen one of those in a long time.
which is like, I think it's so tempting for like them to fuck with your food then.
Oh,
they're
yeah,
so
100%.
under scrutiny all the time with like someone literally watching you make this, that like when someone's like at a drive-through being a piece of shit, it's so easy to be like, I'll throw an extra couple jalapenos or pubic hair in there.
Or pubic hair. Let's make another drink.
Absolutely.
We're back on rolling. It was a drink break.
Perfect.
Drink number 2.
That's it.
This tequila is actually, I like it.
Jose Cuervo. It's
I don't even know. Like,
there's a bunch of
someone
country
told me
songs about it.
It's a trashy tequila, and I'm just like, well, fuck you.
I think it's like it's just a brand name. It's probably like the Bud Light of like tequilas, I think.
Okay.
But I mean, there's a lot of country songs about it. So
Is there really?
yeah. I think there's literally one just called Jose Cuervo.
If I was allowed to put copywritten music in it, I could put that song at the end of this episode.
Yeah.
If I really wanted to. What was I gonna say? Did you say that you went to school for comedy?
Yeah. 2012, I went to Humber, which is a college for comedy. They have a comedy course there, and I took that. The main reason was I wanted to be in Toronto,
Right.
and this way, I'm taking school. That'll please family members that I'm in college and shit, and I get to go chase this stupid dream of mine. And I went when I was 20. I took 2 years off after high school. Yeah, just because I wanted to do stand up, and it was all ego for me. I was like, well, I'm not just gonna show up, a year into stand up expecting to be good at this course. So at that point I've been doing stand up for 3 years.
Oh.
Yeah, I did. I started underage, like
Holy shit.
like Brandon Michael.
Yeah, holy shit.
Yeah. I was there Brandon's first night Yuck Yucks.
No way.
Yeah, I had just turned 19, so I'd only been at it a couple months when he showed up, and I was like, who the fuck's this kid? Think he is. But he did it the proper way. He actually got the liquor commission note being like he's a performing artist. I forged mine. I was like, I wasn't waiting for this. I had
And it worked?
It worked. I had in high school. They're like, what do you want to do for? I took co-op, so they put you in a co-op placement. Like, what do you want to do for a co-op placement? And I was like, oh, I'm really into comedy. Can I do something comedy related? And my teacher got in contact with Andy Bush, Picnic Face, and they're like, this kid, he's really likes doing comedy and that, and can he co-op you guys?
That's amazing.
And so I met with Andy at Freeman's on Quinpool.
He fucking loves that place.
Yeah.
He's there he's probably there right now. I'm not even shitting you. Working on Cavendish.
Yeah. So I did
funny.
my co-op with Andy, and that was like cool. Like 'cause at that time specifically, Picnic Face was so fucking popular.
Was
in the
that
goddamn
like
city.
right when they?
This is like right after Power Thirst and.
Oh, so you worked with them during that time?
So like those had been released. So like they had gotten all their notoriety and shit.
Okay.
And Andy was teaching a course
At
Yeah.
I know exactly where.
Yeah.
I went to that school.
Okay, perfect.
Nova
Yeah,
Scotia Center for Arts and
Yeah,
Technology
yeah.
on Barrington Street. The most piece of shit.
Yes.
No disrespect. It gave me a good experience, but it was a piece of shit school. Holy crap, what a shit show of a school. I want someone to make a TV show about that school, because some of my courses, we just went to the Pogue and drank.
Okay, yeah, that sounds
Like,
about
that's-
right.
that's
It
what the
seemed
level of-
very much like a Western world there. where
Yes.
it's anything goes.
And like really expensive tuition.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah.
So I did that co-op. My first day was I went to the school to watch Andy. Andy was directing this thing with Mark Little. It was this fake rap. I think it was I making fun of like $1.65 or some shit. It's never seen it go to air. But that's
so
what they were
funny.
filming. And then my first co-op day was just hanging with them and the students, and then on Citadel Hill kicking a radish that was laying around with Mark Little like a soccer ball. That was like, and I was like, I think comedy's for me. And then Andy was like, well, we do stuff at Jokers, but you got to be 19 to get in there. And I'm like, I'll figure out how to get in.
I remember
And then I
Jokers.
read a thing being like, underage performers can perform if they have this thing signed and processed by the Liquor Commission. I'm like, fuck that, I'll make my own. And I just made my own, and I passed it off as that. So from the age of 17 to 19, I would go to Jokers underage with my little fucking thing from the Liquor Commission that wasn't real. And
So funny.
I'd perform there occasionally, and I'd help out with Andy's thing. And they used to do a chat roulette thing on Wednesdays, where they would chat roulette for any kids who are too young. Literally was just you just randomly talk to people, mostly times just dicks.
I wonder if it still exists.
Oh, chat roulette there, and there was another one, Omegle.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
I think there's one called Chatterbait, which is literally just meant for dicks, I think.
Yeah.
But they would always do a bingo thing with chat roulette.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Oh my god.
And like we would just like the audience would make a list of shit, be like troll doll, and like we'd like talk to people like, do you have a troll doll? And they're like, we don't know what that is. We don't speak English. And they're like, troll doll. And then like I remember one time we got like a guy from like somewheres in Eastern Europe, and like, do you have a troll doll? I'm like, we're hoping from 80s troll doll, like with the spiky, colorful hair and shit. He just pulls like this fucking demonic troll thing. We're like, good enough, bingo.
my god, that's amazing.
So like it was
That's a good idea for a game.
It was a really cool time, and I remember getting so excited when I was about to turn 19 because I was like, now I can do Yuck Yucks, because that was the one place I wouldn't go underage. I had it in my stupid brain. I was like, if I get caught, Mark Breslin, who owns Yuck Yucks, will never book me anywheres. So I was like, I gotta respect that. So I would just do bars and Jokers, and then right before I turned 19, Jokers closed down, and Yuck Yucks was like the only thing going, and I started going to Yuck Yucks every week, and yeah, that's been my life since.
Holy
just-
jump-ins.
yeah,
So
yeah.
you knew pretty early on in high school that you wanted to
Yeah, I did. I entered.
pursue it full time. Like,
Yeah, I didn't make my high school improv team. I've told this on a couple of different things.
Really?
I didn't make my high school improv team. At the time, I thought it was because I didn't think I was funny. The main thing was I had a stand-up mentality, which was look out for me, like make me look good.
Right.
So I
Not
was
so
like,
much a team.
yeah, team thing at the
attitude.
time. Yeah,
Yeah.
and that wasn't on purpose. It was just
That was your.
it's me coming on my shelf because I'm such a shy person. When I'm not performing, I'm terrified of conversations and shit. So I didn't make my high school improv team. I'm like, I'll show them, and I entered my high school talent show, January 20th, 2009, and I won.
Did you? What did you do? You just did a stand-up set?
I did stand up, and I ended it with like the evolution to dance, which was like kind of like just to push me over the edge.
Amazing.
And then, and I won, and I entered talent show the next year again, and I won again. At that point, I'd already been sneaking in and shit. But
Do you remember any of your like first early jokes that you did?
I don't remember many of my high school ones. Literally, they were always that time frame. I did what just stupid for young comics is I'd write new shit all the time because it's the same audience pretty much. And see, when you're starting out, you should be working on your 5 minutes and your 10 minutes and like growing the act and perfecting it. I would do shit one time and then scrap it and not keep it or anything.
You wouldn't workshop it.
Yeah, I wouldn't really workshop it. I mean, there's old footage of me on like Facebook and shit. I was like, okay, I know those jokes, and then some of those ones I did take to my first time at Yucks and added fuck to them because I could finally swear.
Amazing.
But like, yeah, at the time, it's before you finally get that actual fear in you of like really doing stand up in front of like a Yucks crowd or something. You have this. I wouldn't say even ego. You're just so naive. You're like, 15 minutes. I can write 15 minutes. And I would do 15-minute sets on. Now to get me like to a new 15 minutes takes me months.
Right.
To work it to where I'm like happy with. There, I'd just be like, Transformers. Teachers are weird when they do this. And was like boom, boom, boom. And I'm doing like 10, 15-minute sets, which is bad. I wish I knew where that kid was because he is not me anymore. I wish I had that attitude. My earliest joke, I don't remember any, like I couldn't do them word for word. I know the first time I talked with Groundhog's Day, and I think I did a bunch of shitty impressions.
Hilarious.
Like, yeah, it was but somehow I won.
Were you always comfortable on stage? In front of crowds?
Yeah. I don't think I knew I was.
Right.
I felt like I'd rather be in a room with 100 people looking at me than
10.
a room one-on-one with someone.
Like right now.
Yeah, but like even this, I'm kind of in performer mode. There's a mic in my face. I know it's being recorded. It's a
little
weird,
bit different.
Yeah, I can convince myself, okay, I know what this is.
Right.
This is going out, so I know other people are going to hear it. So there's a weird thing that kind of clicks on in me. But like having a one-on-one, like after a show, someone coming up to me being like, oh, you're funny, this and that. Like I get very much, oh, thanks, man. Hey, you too. Where on stage, I literally could take that guy's phone, call his mother up and be like, fuck you, bitch. And then like, hang, like, and
I totally saw it that night that I saw you do your stand-up because I was like, you seem very chill. Like not quiet, but just very chill.
Yeah.
In real life.
Yeah.
And then you get on stage and it's just like electric.
Yeah.
It's electric.
Yeah. Thank you.
What a word to use.
Yeah.
Electric. But the charisma comes out and the stage presence really comes out as soon as as you get on there.
It's definitely where I'm more comfortable, and
that's really cool though.
Yeah, like that's, I don't like using the word, but like that to me, that's a safe space.
I think that's the X factor, I feel like, in a lot of comedians.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you watch people and you're just like, you just don't really, you don't seem like you're having fun up there.
Yeah, there are people I've seen like,
like
at this for like 10 years that like every time they deliver a set, like it's their first time ever doing comedy. And I'm like, why are you doing this? Like I do it. I need to do it.
Right.
Like I have to, like if, days I don't have shows, I'm miserable.
Aw.
And then there are days I do have shows and I'm miserable. And then I'm like, I get on stage and I'm like, okay, this is
your
the
time
best
to
thing
not
ever.
be miserable.
Yeah. It's such a weird, like everyone says it, but it is. It's a drug. It's this weird drug that I know some people from the first time they do it, they're just tuned in. And like I don't know. It's just like I was like, this is the only thing I've never really fucked up in my life. So I'm like,
aww.
Yeah, I don't know.
You're meant to do it, I think is what it is. I know that
I hope so,
cheesy.
yeah. And like I don't even, yeah, I think so. But like not even like in the sense where I'm like, I want to be super famous. I want to do like Kevin Hart size shows and that. I just want to do comedy. And I want I've always liked that when other comics like you. That's where I want my acceptance.
Yeah, Brandon Michael was talking about that too. The idea of getting like kind of like a seal of approval from people you look up to. Who are your favorite comics?
I guess I got so many now. You think the list would thin?
Who would your dream guest be on Drunk on Disney if you got famous enough to reach out to people?
If a dream guest. See, but now like the producer in me is like, who would fit that better?
Oh, right.
Because I mean, obviously, like my favorite guys like Chappelle and Chris Rock and Bill Burr and stuff like that. Right. For the longest time, Louis. I know it's dangerous to say, but I at the time I really. So I don't know if there'd be. I don't think I would want any of them on.
No,
I'd be too shy to like let.
But you'd want to. Who'd you want to? Okay, who'd you want to hang out with then? If you had a night to hang out with one,
with any comic. Yeah, probably Chappelle.
I think that's pretty.
I think that'd be
pretty
like
dead
the
on.
one. He's the closest I think I get to like a, or maybe you know what, Eddie Murphy.
Oh, yes.
I'd like to. I want to know why he's, and I think I kind of know why he doesn't do it anymore. I feel like there's such a buildup now that if he ever came back, there probably is that thing in him where people be like, that wasn't worth the wait.
Right.
Even though it definitely is. He could do a 5-minute special and I'm sure it'd be worth the wait.
God damn.
But I feel like people now are so shitty that like no matter what he did, it'd be like, yeah, it was good. That wasn't as good as like, shut up.
So do things ever throw you off when you're on stage doing stand-up? Like, if you saw someone in the crowd unexpectedly, would that throw you off? Ever? I always wonder this.
I definitely, especially I get thrown off. I don't get thrown off like to the point where it's like, oh, I can't continue. But there will be things will maybe make me break or start to laugh. I was doing a show in New Brunswick not too long ago, and I was telling the story. The main, and it's not even going to sound funny like this, but it was the main part of the joke is when I was, which is true. This part's true. When I was 10, a prostitute like solicited me.
Holy shit!
And of course I politely declined, whatever. But then I go into the story. The way she got my attention was like, "Hey, honey, do you need a friend?" And then the main part of the joke is like, what if she did just want to be my friend? Yeah. What if she wasn't trying to fuck me? What if she did just want to be my friend?
What if she wanted a friend too?
Yeah, and I was like, what if I just missed out on the opportunity to be part of like the greatest buddy film of all time? And that's the main part of the joke. And the thing with the joke is at the beginning I say, at first we don't really trust each other. I only know her street name, which is Pumpkin. and then at the end of the joke, she tells me her real name is Ashley. And I got to that part where I go, she whispers in my ear, Ashley, my name is Ashley. And a woman in the audience went, and I had never hooked someone in so much where they got emotional during it. That immediately I just started to lose. I almost had tears come. I started laughing. I couldn't, which sometimes happens. Like there's a Disney joke I do where like someone's like, at a stupid point. Like so like certain reactions to
would make
jokes,
you react.
Yeah, like sincere reactions.
I love that.
If someone goes, oh, like gets offended or something, then they kind of go into fuck you mode.
Yeah.
But sincere reactions sometimes throw me off. Funny laughs will throw me off.
I always make a point to laugh extra loud when I go to a comedy show.
Well, that's good. I mean,
well, just because I'm just like, if someone says something that's funny and like say the rest of the crowd maybe isn't like as into it as I am, I will still try to laugh and like let that person know you made me laugh. Like it might not have worked with other people, but
see, I do that.
Just loud anyway.
But people know what that laugh means. When I get my high pitched laugh, I think I did it once during the live stream.
Was that when
Andrew said I have a new 10? Yeah, when I have 10 new minutes material, like that laugh. In at least in this scene, when you hear me do that, either you just did a joke that really sucks,
or you did a joke that was really
or
good.
you did a joke that's really funny and it didn't get what it deserves, and that uncomfortableness makes me laugh so hard because I heard you deliver it like this is gonna kill, and it can be a joke that I've seen murder, but like if like Andrew does one of his jokes that like I normally see people give like applause breaks for, and like he'll do it and it gets up nothing's funnier to me.
Oh my gosh.
And my laugh is very local, very vocal and obnoxious.
I love it.
And many comedians have tried to steal it, but people just get pissed when they do it.
I like the kind of the experience of watching a show and watching a comedian. This sounds weird, but hear me out. Mm-hmm. Like when they're actually not doing well. Yeah. But then they make fun of themselves. Yeah. Like they know it didn't go good, and then they that always makes me laugh. Yeah, and I appreciate. You got to acknowledge when you're bombing. Yeah, have you had a lot of bombings? Yeah, no. There are things that I think most people might not consider bombs that I would. Right. Where I'm not happy. Well, I'm never happy with myself. But you definitely have to eat shit. Yeah, it's good for you. Yeah, you gotta bomb. It thickens
I feel
the
so
skin.
yeah. It gets you ready, and you learn what Okay, this bomb was for this reason. This is the reason this didn't go well. Like you have to learn why things aren't going well. So bombing it's important. I mean, sometimes there are people that just. I'm like, why you keep showing up? It's never, you've never gotten even a haha. Like I don't like, and those people, you got to kind of give them credit too that they're
resilient.
But they're the worst because you start making yourself paranoid.
Yeah.
You start going, is that me?
Right.
Do I not see this? Like you feel like you're one of those people like that goes on American Idol,
and
it's
like
very
really bad,
clearly
but
you can't sing. But for some reason, you totally believe you're the next Mariah Carey, and then that gets into your head, where like you even like look at your brain and go, am I that?
Yeah.
That?
Interesting.
Yeah. So I don't know. Everyone's different.
Yeah.
When I bomb, it ruins my night. I'm ready to.
Well, that's interesting because Andrew was like, bombing is so much fun. It's always fascinating to me how people deal with it.
Yeah, there's definitely different. There are fun bombs for sure.
Yeah,
there's definitely where it's like it's like it doesn't matter what I did right now. I could just steal almost Chappelle's material or Chris Rock's material, Pryor's material, and I would still be eating shit right now. This is a room that stinks. Like, and then there's other ones where it almost feels personal.
Yeah.
And then there's ones where you're like, yeah, I'm shitty tonight.
Yeah.
The personal ones are like, they're not even sometimes bombs. They're just moments in them. I guess it would be harder for other comics to, feel the same way on this one. Like I did it. To me, not the worst show bomb wise, but like worst feeling I've ever gotten off stage. Like to the point where it's like it was the first time in like 10 years where I'm like, I'm fucking done. I don't want to do this anymore. I was doing a Christmas show in Churro, and like 5 minutes into my set, a guy's like, "You're mulatto," and I was like, "Yeah, I was like, if you actually give me like 5 minutes, I would have got into that." Like, I'm very clearly mixed race, and he's like, "Yeah, you're fucking mulatto," and I'm like, and like that's the kind of shit that gets me. Like the part where I go, "Do you see me as a comic? Do you see me as a black comic?" Like I don't. And I just want to be seen as a comedian. I don't want to be
seen as the
black comic on the show.
Why the fuck would you yell that out?
Yeah, and then the guy came up to me after the show and was like, "Man, I really like your interracial humor." Not a word. Interracial is not a fucking word. And I was like, thanks, man. And like, it was one of those days where I was already in a shit mood.
Yeah.
And it was one of those moments where I realized this kind of happens more often than not.
Right. Fuck.
Where I'm like doing rural shows, and then it's like I'm the everyone
it brings out a certain type of audience member. That's
like, and then there's
fun.
sometimes just really funny ones that are so fucking off the deep end. You're like, that's hilarious. I did I don't know. We definitely brought Andrew has brought it up before. We were doing a show in Canso, which is like Cape Breton area.
Yeah.
And there was the show was so shit. I did get a good bit out of it eventually. But the show was so shit that like the town drunk was there, who's also the town mechanic. He'll fix your car for a case of beer. That's what he charges no matter what. And he was in like the VLT room, and he would just stick his head out and yell every time. And then it got like disrupted to the point where like we're kind of getting pissed off. Yeah. After the show, he goes out, he's talking to comics like, do you guys want to smoke a joint? And we're like, no, whatever. And he goes, just don't nigger lip it. And I'm my god! I'm like, hey, sir. And then he kind of looks at me and he's like, don't worry. I one of my best friends colored, which is like, it's so wrong. It becomes funny. There's no way. It's like, how did you make that worse?
Did you laugh? Like, what did you have?
Yeah, of course, laugh. There's nothing else to do. I'm staying at a place where all these people know where I'm staying in a small. I gotta be like, you're
right. Like, it's just over the line enough to be funny.
Yeah, like it's so far. Where that other guy was just an asshole being like, you're mulatto, which to me is a less offensive word, but like,
right,
the intention is a little more vicious, and that's what I think people need to listen for and stuff. Is that mechanic guy said a word that's considered much more harsher, right? But he didn't use it in a way to be harsh.
Yes, that's very true.
He used it in a way in his brain where that's a thing people say.
Right.
Where this asshole was drunk and being like,
And it's just like, I just never understand people who just start yelling things out at comedy shows. Like,
It's amazing.
Unless
they
the
like to
comedian
do it.
says something like, who in here is da, 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 and they're asking for participation,
Yeah.
but like to just yell something out as if it's a fucking, I don't even know what.
Well, you get certain type of people. There's the drunk women
Oh God.
who think they are the show.
Yes, I've heard about this from other comedians too. The drunk
it's their night out. I'm going to be the star.
Maybe
I'm the leader.
Bachelorette party.
Yeah, sometimes not even that. Just a girls' night out. I'm the star. I'm the leader of this pack. I'm going to make all my friends laugh. And then there's the guys that get intimidated who go, fuck this dude, because he'll see one good-looking girl laugh at the guy on stage and go, fuck him, I'm funnier than him. So you get the jealous ego guys who are like,
damn.
I can fucking out-joke this guy. And they never can.
Then show up at amateur night.
Yeah, show up at
asshole.
amateur, and then they'll bomb.
Yeah.
You know, whatever. Or they'll bring so many friends out that they kind of do okay, and then they're like, that's easy. And then it's like, okay, yeah, come back next week. And then they'll come back next week, and their friends won't be there, and then they eat shit. And
God damn.
It's, yeah.
The archetypes of the audience members, eh?
Yeah, there's many different people.
Fuck.
Yeah.
And then there's maybe clearly people who have never been to a comedy show before.
Yeah, there's people who've
and they
never been
clearly
to a
just don't
comedy
know the
show,
etiquette.
and they don't know how to.
God damn.
I'd rather have someone be really rude for a heckler than just someone who's kind of dumb.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to yell at the person who's just kind of dumb.
Yeah. Because they don't know.
Yeah, you
shit.
don't know you're being an idiot, and everyone knows that you don't know you're an idiot. So if I go in on you,
Yeah.
I look like the dick.
Yeah.
Whereas if someone's being loud and obnoxious and being like "fuck you," thank you,
Yeah, really.
because
though.
now I can rip into you, and everyone will be in agreement.
God damn.
I had a woman in Fredericton one time. I did it. I was headlining a show, and 20 minutes of my 40-minute set was dealing with her.
Really? Half the set?
Half my set was just me dealing with her, and I was so fed up and angry, and she just would not stop talking. I could half understand her. She had a very kind of like thick French accent. She's blackout drunk. She's a mess. She's going in on stuff, and like it got to the point where it's like I'm making fun of her, and now I'm like I just gotta make her feel bad, and I'm like, ma'am, I'm just up here. I'm trying to live my dream. You know, this is all I've ever wanted to do in my life. I had a very hard, like, I'm trying to make her feel better. I'm like,
Pull the heartstrings.
yeah, I'm like, I had a very hard childhood. I was like, my mom was in I grew up in a very volatile, violent home for a couple years. My mom had a boyfriend who was very physically violent. And growing up in that environment, statistically, I am likely to replicate that same attitude.
Yeah.
And I was like, I have vowed that I would never, ever lay my hands on a woman. But you have to be fucking kidding if you don't think I'm not thinking about it right now.
Fair
Like
enough.
literally, I'm like,
Fair
and she has pissed the audience so much at this point. They're all in, like they're all like,
Did you go
fuck
cheers?
yeah. Like everyone's like, yeah.
Did she fucking leave after that?
No, she's like, well, it's hard to be a woman. Have you ever been a drunk white woman pulled over by the cops? And I'm like, you're talking to a black guy about dealing with cops, you stupid bitch.
Oh my god! What the fuck?
And then I was like, you're pulled over with the cops. And then finally she shut up. I was like, well, she ended up getting like the big boom laugh because I was like, okay, fine, I'll talk to you. What do you do for a career? She's like, I'm the head of the liquor commission.
Oh my god!
And I was like,
thanks for writing my set for me.
that's it. Yeah.
Seriously though.
Now here's 20 minutes of I'm half black and half white. That's silly.
God.
Yeah, you deal with some characters.
That's insanity.
Yeah.
That's insanity. I have a question about the joke process.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I went to the 5-year anniversary show, there was a comic on before you.
Yeah.
Who was talking a lot about his fiance.
Mm-hmm.
And we were sitting right beside his fiance.
Yeah.
And it was funny because I think when the show was over, I went up to her and I was like, so what's that like hearing jokes, because I was genuinely curious.
Yeah.
Because obviously with comedy, you pull from your personal life and
absolutely.
experiences.
Yeah,
And I
most
totally
people,
get that it's like it's exaggerated or you add a little
Yeah.
thing. But like, do you ask people in your life, is it okay if I make a joke about this? Because I've had so many times where I'm like, I want to make a status about what just happened, but I don't want to be disrespectful.
Yeah.
Like, do you actually ask people beforehand or no?
The only person I confirm with is like my girlfriend.
Right.
It's the only person I'm ever like, this is what I'm going to talk about. It says, you know, I get the seal of approval. And most times, often than not, the joke's not about her. It's usually about me making a fool of myself. She just happens to be there.
Right.
So, like,
that's good.
So especially with like my stuff being really I guess, you know, autobiographical or whatever, is I do talk a lot about, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, that happened. I'm going to talk about it. It's my, and I'm seeing it from my perspective.
Exactly.
It's, you know, I have, you know, everyone that I kind of come into contact with is in a joke somehow or other. Andrew's involved in jokes. Dan's involved in jokes. Like, you know, all my family, so I'm, you know, there's nothing that can get them in trouble.
Right.
You know, or it's nothing where I'm like really ripping into them.
Right.
It's, you know, more.
It's just a story.
Yeah, it's just talking about the moments and, you know. Yeah, there's nothing.
I always wonder about that.
But then again, at the same time, Andrew does a joke where I fat shame him through his dead cat. So, like, fuck you. I'm going to definitely talk about whatever I want.
Poor Andrew and that cat.
He loved the cat. That was a great cat. A very sickly looking cat, but a great cat.
I've heard nothing but great things.
It's a lot like your cat.
Yeah, Tabby.
Yeah, if you just give that cat AIDS in 6 months, and that's Andrew's cat.
Give that cat AIDS.
It was a very elderly. It lived a life. Like
it was older.
You'd want to do a podcast with that cat. You're like, you have some stories. Look at you.
Oh my god.
Look at you.
I think he just needs to get a new one.
I do
Maybe.
too. I think he does. Like, it's weird though. It's like seeing a guy who's newly single. He's not as worried about, I gotta feed the cat, I gotta get cat litter.
He's enjoying the single life a little bit before he dies back in.
He's enjoying the pet free life.
Do you think are you a good wingman?
No, I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate being wingman. I hate that whole shit. It's so stupid. Make a connection with someone. It's like I get sometimes people are like, I just want to get laid. That's okay, cool. Trust me, you'll find someone that wants to do that exact same thing.
Go on and do it.
This idea of being like, I gotta suave my way in.
Right.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Buy a drink, start a conversation.
That's what it is.
Yeah, it's. Don't try to build yourself up.
Go to Fickle Frog Karaoke.
That's it. Just show up there. Watch your friend obnoxiously sing Night Moves.
Has Dan sung Night Moves?
Oh, that was the night I re-met my girlfriend. Yeah, he sang Night Moves.
Amazing.
Yeah. I think I have that video somewheres.
I'm sad he can't come because the wedding reception that I invited him to is a karaoke wedding reception.
Okay, yeah, that would have been great and horrible for you.
Well, the wedding date thing is a struggle for me because, and God love you guys if you're listening, but I have so many girlfriends who are like, I'll be your plus one.
Yeah.
I'll go with you. And I'm just like, I love you guys, but I'm really I'm trying to find a dude that like is not necessarily in the front, like it needs to be a certain level of friendship, like not necessarily a buddy that like nothing will happen with, but not necessarily like, I don't even really know.
An escort.
Yeah. Someone that fucking could be a possibility.
Yeah.
There, I'll say it.
Like an offer.
I'll say it bluntly.
Yeah.
Like with that possibility. So you don't want to bring a friend that you're just totally platonic with.
Yeah.
You want to bring kind of like a flirty friend.
Yeah.
That's what it is. A flirty friend. Yeah. So yeah. But yeah. Karaoke wedding reception would have been amazing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go alone. So we'll see how that.
Yeah.
It's just I don't know a lot of people at the like that's the awkward thing about it, going to a wedding reception where you don't know. Like I only know the bride.
Okay.
So I'm like, this is gonna be awkward for me.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
A little bit weird.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be like a helper that day, so I'm supposed to help her with the
Okay.
wedding.
Okay.
And then I can go to the reception.
Well, through that you'll meet a
afterwards.
lot of people.
I'm hoping so.
Yeah,
I'm hoping
yeah,
so.
you can't just have one helper for like a wedding. So I mean, yeah, you'll
100%. Well, holy fuck, Travis. I have an idea.
Mm-hmm.
Let's close out this episode first. But if you're... What time is that?
It's 10 after 11.
If you're down
Mm-hmm.
and want to have another drink,
Yeah, absolutely.
how do you feel about doing a Tinder takeover?
Cool. Yeah, I'll
And
do
ripping
that.
apart some motherfuckers.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'll gladly do that.
But here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make it a Patreon episode
yeah.
so people can pay for it. If anyone
Smart.
pays for it, then I'll buy you a beer at your next show.
Oh, brilliant.
Because
Yeah,
if it's a $10 episode.
absolutely. There you go.
So we'll do a Tinder takeover with Travis.
Absolutely.
And he's not going to go easy on these guys.
No, not at all.
Brandon Michael went. He's a very nice guy.
Brandon's a sweetie.
I feel like you're going to tear a little bit deeper, maybe.
Oh yeah, of course.
And I like that. So then you'll have to pay for it. So it'll be a Patreon. But thanks so much for coming on. This was so much fun.
No worries, anytime.
This was. Oh, we got to do another tequila shot, don't we?
For sure, we got to bookend it.
Do we have to do it?
We got to do it. We said we would. There's nothing worse than saying you're going to do something on a podcast and then not doing it.
Can it be half a shot for me?
Yes, you can do half a shot.
This is a special honor, Travis, that I'm doing shots with you. Because I don't do shots with anyone.
I feel very privileged.
I'm scared again. I feel like I might be able to do it a little bit better than before, though. Okay, Mazel tov.
Mazel tov indeed. You know what? Don't even need the lemon. Boom.
Killed it.
There you go.
I did better than before.
You did way better.
I tasted it more that time. Woo! Tequila! Oh, man. But thanks so much for coming on.
No worries. Anytime. I hope I didn't talk
what do you,
too much.
What do you got? Oh, fuck no. There's no such thing. That's the whole point of the show. So you have an album recording.
Yeah, the date's not set, but it's probably looking towards the end of November.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm going to be recording an album. Almost 10 years of doing this. I'm like, I don't want to tell these jokes anymore.
No, that's unreal.
So yeah, I'm gonna record an album, tentatively titled "The Kid Is All Right,"
I love it.
which is because I can't use Tragic Kingdom. Fucking no doubt. Which great band, but
You can almost. I feel like if you really want to use Tragic Kingdom, you could like put a little play on it somehow.
I was totally looking for it, and like at first I was like, okay, you know, people do have songs and shit that are the same titles, but they're different things. And then like I looked into like the reasoning behind it, and then like it was like literally like it's like a play on words at Disneyland, like so specifically.
That's
And I
hilarious.
was like, okay, you win this one, Gwen.
That's amazing though. So this episode will be the first week of October that your episode will come out.
Cool, perfect.
So do you have anything in October?
I'm in Cape Breton a lot in October. So for some reason, there's someone listening in Cape Breton. I'm there October 13th, 19th,
nice,
and
okay.
20th. Where I don't know specifically.
Here's what
but
we'll
I'm
do.
pretty sure if you type in comedy in Cape Breton,
And when I
shows
do
up
the
on-
intro for your episode, I'll get the lowdown on your shows
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I'll plug them in the intro.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Other than that, private shows and yeah, but
But you're
specifically,
on-
if you're in the city, look out for when I'm gonna record. Come
Hell
to
yeah.
one of those shows. I think
I
I'm
would love. Yeah, that's
doing
exciting.
2 recordings. So
And you can follow you on Instagram.
on Instagram on my original account, you might find 2 now.
The Travis Lindsay.
The Travis Lindsay, yes, indeed.
Is that on Twitter too?
That's yeah. I think Twitter is. I know the actual handle is Trav_is_Lindsay.
Lindsay, right.
Yeah.
Got ya.
But yeah, Instagram is usually what I mainly use now, unless
That's
I
the
get
best.
the occasional joke idea. I'll kind of do it through tweets.
Fantastic. And hopefully,
Yeah.
by the time your episode comes out, I will be congratulating you for winning Best Comedian on the Coast.
That's not happening. Oh, I'm so relieved that shit's done now.
Travis, if we both get bronze, we're getting hammered that night.
Yeah, I might just crash it anyways. I fucking deserve it.
What the fuck was that?
That was the.
Wait, whoa! What? I'm actually confused.
The coast has a sludge lord who listens through the sink, and he heard a shit talking right now. He's got to report back to the
That
coast.
scared me. I don't know what that is. My sink made a noise.
Your sink made a noise.
I'm going to choose not to worry about it.
Yeah, it's
but
fine.
No, hopefully you'll place. I'd like to get bronze.
Yeah, I just hope it's someone that does comedy frequently in the city. There's many funny. Everyone on that list is a funny person.
I wish there would have been a way you could have picked your top 3.
Yeah, that definitely probably would have balanced it out a little more. Because I know, like, there's funny guys. Like, Mark Critch is very funny. He does, 22 Minutes and that, which is a staple of Canadian comedy. But, like, as a Halifax comedian, I wouldn't consider him a Halifax comedian.
Right.
I've never seen him at any other show.
Weird.
And that's not me shit talking. The man's very nice. I said hi to him when I did my TV taping earlier this year. It sounds like such a stupid brag. It's not. But yeah,
We said hi.
Yeah. But like, whatever. Like that's I get why you put him there. At the same time, it's like he's not technically a Halifax comedian. And there's other people. Like everyone's funny, but there's people who are consistently doing it in the city, and that's what it should be about. Yeah, I get. Yeah, if you want to like rank it like kind of like a fairly thing. At the same time, I can. Who cares? I was on the cover last year with Dan and Catherine, so
I saw that cover. I'd like to get Catherine on. I actually that night. Yeah. I was like, I'm going to message you soon.
Yeah, Catherine's definitely got some stories, and
I'm fucking excited.
This is definitely the setting for her.
Oh, I love it. That's unreal. Well, good luck.
Thank you. Same to you.
I'll link to anything. I'll link to all your social media in the description. So guys, follow Travis.
Yeah.
Keep up to date. If you're in Halifax, come check out a fucking show. Seriously, there's so many shows.
Yeah.
It's insane. Like just any night of the week.
Maybe you catch me when I sleep a day I don't sleep.
Yeah.
Those are always interesting.
You can see a sleep deprived Travis.
Mm-hmm.
But thanks so much for coming on.
No worries, anytime.
And now do the honors and you can ring that.
Oh.
Oh. Yeah.